Live. We're doing it live. You're just in that light still. You've been trying to figure this out for like 2 episodes now.
Yeah.
Like, should I have the light on or should I have not the light on? You don't know what to do, right? I think it looks good like that. It's enough lighting. Our fans don't expect a lot of fancy whatever.
A fancy backdrop.
Yeah. You just want to show off the Bigfoot. What else you got going on there?
Hogan.
Oh, that's the Hulk Hogan from...
Yeah. Remember when you told me to buy
that? I told you to buy it and you listened.
Yeah.
That's great. Yeah, see if you can put that on the show there. Oh, I thought you were going to take it down. Oh, okay. There it is. I could do a solo layout. There, you can see. Oh, that's perfect. Yeah. And that's autographed, right?
Yep. Hulk Hogan, 24-inch pythons, Hall of Fame class.
That's awesome. And you got your photo with, I remember that. You took the photo with him?
Yep.
What year was that? Was that 2019?
Sounds about right.
So the story behind that is I told Jason to go there, and he did. He showed up.
Well, yeah, like it was this poster came available.
Right.
And yeah, you just sent me it and you're like, go get this or order it or whatever. There's only 20 of them. Because I think it says 5.
You're kidding. That's 5 of what?
I think it says 5 of 20.
Wow. Dude. That is insane.
I think that's what it says.
Get up there. Was it like written in pen or something, like a marker?
Yeah, Sharpie.
Okay. Wow, that's pretty impressive, dude.
Yeah, it's cool. I like it.
Yeah, that was pretty expensive. We won't say how much, but or will we? It's not as much as that bonsai tree that you had to buy for Valentine's Day.
It's probably right in there.
Never forget. I still can't get over that thing.
The bonsai tree that died.
And did it take a while to die, or did it?
I've had like 3 of those in the past, like over a course of time, and they all die.
Right.
And I'm like, you get the little stuff to put in there, the fertilizer, you do the watering. It just, I don't know. I don't know how they keep them alive.
Wow. Yeah, that was a great story. You show up at the register and they're like, "Yeah, $300."
I was like,
You're like, okay.
Yeah, I mean, what are you gonna say? Well, I'll go ahead and put them back.
Yeah, then you look like an idiot.
They're
like, I can't believe somebody bought these. Wow.
Let's go back to my mom and Allison and like, well, I hope you like these trees.
Make sure you take care of them, please. 247 Radio Impound Podcast. We're back. This is 2 in 1 week. That's incredible, dude.
It's very incredible.
That is incredible.
I mentioned it to Allison. She goes, didn't you already do a podcast this week? I'm like, well, yeah, kind of.
Well, kind of. Jason wanted to talk about the Bigfoot open house. And was there a race going on too?
Yeah, we had the Summer Indoor Nationals at Alex's track. He already checked in on the comments here.
Oh, yeah. Oh, there's Alex. Alex Sturgeon's a regular on this podcast in the chat room.
Yeah, we love him in here. He's one of our 11 listeners.
Yeah, exactly. Well, 10 now. I remember my grand passed away.
Oh, that's right.
Alex Sturgeon saying 63 entries at the Plex tonight. Going to be hard to listen live.
That's so like a regular old Roar Nationals he's having there with 63 entries.
Dang. I forgot to give Tyler Jason's Bigfoot NES game I got for him. It's in the return shipment. Jason's
Awesome.
Bigfoot NES game?
Yeah, he got me. He found a Nintendo NES.
Oh, wow.
Game, which I had back in the day, and
You did have it.
yeah, it was fun. I mean, not
Yeah.
as fun as Super Mario or whatever we had. Mario
Or RC Pro Am? Was it as good as RC Pro Am?
No,
Wow.
you can't beat Super Mario Brothers and RC Pro Am. That was pretty
Yeah.
good.
Yeah, RC Pro Am. That's where it's at. Joe Zare, a regular on this podcast. The Bigfoot NES game was the first game I got Nintendo Thumb from. I do have a copy myself. Wow. I never had this game, to be honest with you.
So, like, you just, I guess it was you had to keep hitting a button.
Exactly. And your thumb wears out and it starts hurting and it gets callous and stuff.
So you got to like take a break or switch hands? No, wait.
No, you can't. Yeah. It's like you just get the Nintendo Thumb and you got the Nintendo Thumb.
Forever?
Not forever. No. See, mine healed up.
Oh,
it's fine.
I mean, after 30 years, it healed up.
Right.
Just put some glue on it.
Yeah. Jason Santos. Hey, guys. Jason invited me to come down to a race last weekend. You know how that goes with me, right, Jason?
Yeah, it's a no-show.
Right. Yeah. So they had a race at Pit Stop Hobbies, but he's really, really laying on thick in the chat with me. He kept saying it was for the kids. I guess it was a benefit race.
Yeah, I mean, the fact that you wouldn't show up even to a benefit, you know, is just.
Well, in my defense, he tells me like 2 days before the race. I mean, this guy needs to at least tell me, give me at least a 2-week notice. At least.
And he's going to give you that countdown every day, and you're just going to be like, oh, no.
And then he was trying to make me feel guilty, like, sending me stuff. It's for the kids. It's for the kids. And then he's sending me videos of stuff. And
I got everything all ready for you. All I got to do is show up and drive.
This would have been the perfect weekend because I'm heading down to Harrisburg tomorrow, and Mountjoy is not too far from there. So, sorry, Jason. Give me the heads up on the race at least, a week or two before. And I will surprise you one day, and you know that. So, I did to Eric Recker at the Vintage Nats.
Yeah, once every decade, you're due for a surprise.
All right. I got to break out of this mold. Joe Zara is saying instead of going out on Friday, you're hanging out with the dorks like me. There you go. I don't know if you're a dork, Zara, not us.
It happens.
Bobby Lang's just here for the waffles.
I think he's talking about like if you're giving something away or you're having a raffle waffle. I think that's.
Oh yeah, we haven't done that in a while, and I actually got people messaging me about that. And StreamYard makes it a little easier now to give. So whoever comments in here in the chat, it automatically groups them into a thing where I can just hit a button and it picks a winner.
Wow. Okay.
So it's a lot easier now.
Yeah, I mean, I got stuff I've still been saving.
Yeah, we might start that back up. I shut that down because it wasn't fair to people because we weren't recording often. So, yeah, I've had people ask me about it.
Now
we're just here for a good time. I'm not here to really make any money off of it. Let's see. Jason Santos is saying he tried hard, and Jason, let me tell you, he did try hard all week. I was getting messages about this.
Full court press.
Oh, it was a full court press. It was the bases were loaded. I was facing a full court press, and it was 4th and 10. Right. Trevor Adamo wants to hear about monster trucks, Jason.
We can do that.
All right. So you went out to so let's get to this because the last episode I went right into her. What?
Well, we got one question from Bobby here. We'll have to figure out what that is first.
Oh, okay. So you don't want me to put that up right now?
No, put up what Bobby's question is, and then we'll go back
All
to
right,
Trevor,
Bobby's saying here in the chat, what do you guys think about one RC?
which is that I think those are the very small, like dirt oval cars.
Oh, right. Remember, I was going to get into that with the sprint cars.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was going to do that.
Yeah, they have Sprint, late model. I think they just made a new one. He'll have to confirm if that's right or not. But
They made an oval car.
yeah, there's a Sprint, there's a late model. They're actually really cool. I think they've been doing a. Brock Champlin was telling me, as long as I'm on the right subject here or the right company.
Yeah, Bobby, hurry up and confirm in the chat.
Yeah, Brock was telling me they've been racing them a lot at Eaton's Intermountain Raceway. They've been doing a lot of running with them there and trying to keep the rules in check. I think they're, yeah, there you go.
Here you go. Bobby's saying late model, asphalt modified, sprint, midget, and modified.
Yeah, and they're very little cars, but they're really nice looking. Especially I want to say what's the one I just saw that could have been the modified. I think, like Jason said, the asphalt mod. They're amazing looking. Those are my favorite. I think those are my favorite oval cars.
The asphalt modified.
Yeah, I'm surprised they don't make like a nice 10 scale version of that yet. Those are my favorite looking real cars. But yeah, I mean, I've heard they've been racing them quite a bit, especially, I just happened to talk to Brock. The last race we were at together, they raced those at Eaton's, and he said they're doing well with them there, trying to keep the rules in check because, everybody kind of takes it too far, and then you got to kind of throttle back and get people to, keep the rules somewhat fair and in check so you're not getting between tires and power and I don't know.
So even in these little cars, I'm facing the issue with somebody totally modifying it out.
Oh, of course, yeah. I mean, so yeah, tire saw, slicks. It's like you go through the same thing. It's just the same cycle happens in every part of these racing. So yeah, that's the situation. But yeah, I like them. Every time I see them, I really like them. I know we already have Tyler Hooks is at one of our dirt oval races this weekend. We're not running the little cars, but it's all 10 scale. But Tyler is at a race for us in California this weekend. Kyle Layton's track, Auburn. Over in California. Pictures look phenomenal. It's the one I tagged you in with the blue infield.
Oh, that's right. Okay. All right. Yeah, that blue infield, that looks excellent.
So yeah, that's Kyle Layton's track. He's doing it upright. This was a reschedule.
Oh wait, Kyle Layton? That's his track?
Yep.
The one I used to play Call of Duty with?
Yes.
Oh, okay. I did not catch that. I'm sorry. But the track looks awesome with the blue. Looks great. J Concepts blue.
Yep. So there's a little practice going on today. Race, I think, is going to start tomorrow. It's a reschedule on our part because the first weekend it looked like they were going to have some weather in the spring when we were going to have the race, but we moved it and now we're doing it.
Nice. Sweet. Bobby was saying the scale appearance of them. What do you think about that and how they are so simple and so much fun?
I think that it's to me, it's really a great thing to be a part of because it is simple and they look very scale. But it's just like anything is if you don't keep everything in check, the rules, the power, the tires, all that stuff in check, people take it too far and then nobody wants to do it anymore. Because at first everything is fun while a lot of people have a chance to win and everyone's kind of growing together. But as soon as you get that hot shot in there and they start doing all the mods and doing everything crazy, then everyone loses interest.
So you just run a box stock class, right? Is that
Well, I think they do. I think they have one where they allow some modifications, and then there's box stock ones. But
all right. I'll have to look into this because actually well, not that I'm going to race, but I got a little excited when the sprint cars originally came out. And I was like, damn, look at these little things. You don't need a big track. It seems like they would be fun.
yeah, they're fun.
All right.
I mean, it's RC. They're all fun.
Okay. Bobby's saying the scale appearance of them and how. Okay, I already got to that one. Yeah, Ed was saying so they have Sprint, EDM, late model, and midget, correct?
Yeah.
So which one is the one to buy?
I have no clue. I mean, I would imagine usually sprint cars are the most popular.
That's what they originally came out with. Now they have these other classes, right?
Yeah. I mean, the one I like is that I believe it's the asphalt modified, the way it looks.
Okay.
Performance, I don't really know, but usually sprint is the most popular.
All right. Jason Santos is saying asphalt modified. Okay. So I'll have to check this out.
Joe is asking about if I'd seen that Smack Track was for sale, and I did. I saw that Smack Track, which is in Missouri. It's in West Alton, Missouri, or no, St. Charles, Missouri is where Smack Track is, and yeah, I think they're trying to sell it. I mean, it's been through several hands that I know of. It's it's hard to run a track, and there's no hobby shop there.
Oh, there isn't.
No, so it's just a track, and we had a ton of our races there in the past, our J Concepts races. Was a great turnout there at the first of the year. I mean, we have thought about even going back there for one of our J Concepts races, but from this, nostalgic reasons, it just felt like a great place to race. But yeah, I would say this is probably at least the fourth owner they're going into.
Oh wow, jeez, I didn't know that.
And you don't own the building. I think the building is rented, so you're just kind of like buying the pits, the dirt. So yeah, that's obviously we'd like to see somebody keep it going. Was a great track for us to go to. We always had a great time.
So it would have to be like a racer in the area that wants to continue it.
Yeah, and it seems like what happens is the people that run it, you also need to be kind of local, because if you're going to have practice days and race days, nobody really wants to drive a long distance to keep things going. You kind of need to be fairly local, and it's just running any track is going to be difficult.
Yeah. Ed is saying, I'd like to figure out how to pronounce that. Zylox?
Yeah, it's
pretty cool. It's like a rock and roll type name.
Yeah.
Isn't it? It looks like it.
Oh yeah, it would just be, the lead in some big band.
Absolutely, man. That's what I thought as soon as I saw it. It's the first time I seen his name pop up in our chat, so that's cool. So we might have a new listener there. What did they say first time?
Zlox.
Zlox. Okay.
It's even better
yet.
Yeah,
Exactly. Ed Zlox. Dude, I love it. It's for real. Ed Zlox is saying Sprint is popular, but I like the late model the best. Okay. All right. So Sprint is still popular after what, 3-4 years?
It will probably always be the most popular. I think Sprint it's the 2-wheel modified buggy of dirt oval. Or the two-wheel buggy, I would say, of Dirt Oval.
There you go. Ed Zelox. What an awesome name. Bobby Lang is saying Murph Dog runs them at his track, and it's basically the ambassador for the class. Okay.
Yeah, I think it's something that you can get people in affordably. You could probably get them going on a weekly basis, where you get your race entry fee and you keep people in line, and I'm sure that's what he's trying to do. He's trying to keep going and be successful at.
John, how do I pronounce his last name? Marcotti? Good. I've been chatting with him all week in the Facebook chats. He's been sending me some interesting videos, pretty funny stuff. So,
yeah, figure eight and demo derby.
He's saying figure eight and demo derby. Hi guys, what's up, John? Yeah, John was offering me a demo derby car over the week. And he said, "Hey, you want this? I don't need," but he said he had a lot of fun with it at Motorama. If I'm correct?
Yep.
And yeah, I did not take him up on his offer. I said, because I'll never use it, right, Jason? I mean, he'd give it to me and it would just, it would just sit here. So I didn't want to do that to him. Give it to somebody that's going to definitely use it. Joe's there saying there's a reason I don't run a track/hobby shop. I've been offered a few gigs. The last one was tough to turn down. It's $20K more than I'm making now. I just know better at this point.
Yeah, it's short term, probably.
Yeah. So we're starting to get a little off track, Jason. I know you have to go soon. Jason has some important business to take care of. But on the last show, we didn't get into, and I think maybe I was being maybe I just jumped into my 1999 edition without asking if you had anything to talk about.
That was amazing, actually. That episode and that issue was a great issue to go over, the 99 car action.
You won't believe the amount of messages I got about that show.
Oh, people like it. People
love it, and we're very popular according to someone that in the vintage class or the vintage racing.
We're popular in the vintage community.
Yeah, I'm wearing these because there's the brightness. See it?
Yeah. Where's your Dice Clay glasses?
Yeah. Oh, they're right here. I got them right here. I just thought today I'd switch it up a little bit, but yeah. I don't think we're ever going to get to that Bigfoot open house thing. But yeah. Yeah, there we go. You want those on instead, I guess, right? Huh?
Yeah, the dice.
Right, there you go. The blue blocker. There you go. Okay. All right. We'll do that.
Blue blockers.
The blue blockers. Remember those commercials? Huh?
Remember those commercials?
That's what I just said. Remember those commercials? They were awesome. The blue blockers.
Yeah. They must have sold 1 billion of those glasses.
And you're like, damn, look at this commercial, man.
Why can't I come up with the blue blockers?
They used to have infomercials at night with the blue blockers.
Yeah, they've been on all the time.
2 to 3 hours of pure goodness. Blue blockers.
Yeah.
Just looped.
So,
so we're gonna finally get to your trip to the big open house, and it kind of was a big deal this year, right? Because Fred, right?
Oh man, don't you get it started on Amber Vision too? That was a big commercial.
Wait, Amber Vision. Oh, okay. So it was the same, along the same line, right?
Yeah, I think blue blockers and Amber Vision. So
folding John saying folding Ferrari glasses. Wow. Sounds a little fancy.
We need to block Kirby out until we get done with the Bigfoot portion.
So should we make Kirby wait in the green room if he pops in?
Yeah, let me go over the Bigfoot thing real quick. So,
all right, Jason. Yeah, Jason has to. He's got some big business coming up here late at night with people overseas. So,
wow. No, this is an event that's been going on for many, many years. They do an open house every year. You had asked why they need to do an open house every year because you think that's like a, it's kind of like, hey, you do an open house.
By the way, I seriously asked Jason, like, wait a minute, why are we doing one every year? Like maybe every 5 or 10, but this year was different, right?
Yeah. What, they're able to do is, 5 years ago, I sold Bigfoot 4 to Fred Reap, who got it over to Gateway Classic Mustang, and they've been restoring it for 5 years, and they got it done, and it was the debut. They decided to debut it at this open house event, and it turned out really, really well. They had a big group of guys that helped working on it, donating their time to this. And all of Fred's money, of course, going into it. But the donated time is, I guess that one of the biggest things you can ask from somebody is to donate time. And he got a lot of that, and the truck turned out amazing. Bigfoot helped him finish the paint job. Like, let me point the right direction right here. This picture behind us.
Okay.
That's kind of what it looks like. They painted the body for him and finished it and rolled it out. And so that was the big debut at the event. And it was great to see. Everybody was really excited about that. And the truck started life in 1984 and just underwent so many changes throughout the years and crashing it. John Pyant, who used to work for us, he crashed it in 1990 at an event that I actually was at in Nashville, Tennessee. He landed on I guess what would be like a pit lane wall, concrete pit lane wall.
Oh, okay.
He landed on that wall, and they thought they were going to have to scrap the truck, but they decided to rebuild it, change the configuration, new tires, new paint job, chassis, suspension, all kinds of stuff they had to do to fix it. They got it back out there, and that's the condition that Fred and the crew restored it to, was like 1990, late 1990. Livery, is that what they call
it? Oh, wait, what?
Yeah, they restored it to that date, late 1990-ish.
Yeah.
So anyway, that was one of the things. The other part was they wanted to do a Jim Kramer, who was one of the, if not the very first race competition driver in monster trucks and for Bigfoot. He was actually a part owner at first. Then he went back to work, kind of surrendered that side of it. And then when Bob got really busy, asked Jim to come back into the fray. And so Jim Kramer was there from, I believe it was like 1982 or 3, all the way till about 4 or 5 years ago when he retired. And he was probably the most famous guy that ever drove because he did all the movies. Like John brought up here the movie Roadhouse. Bigfoot's in that movie. They were in Police Academy.
Oh, man.
They were in the movie Cannonball Run. They were they were in 2 Police Academy movies. So a lot of commercials. And Jim drove the majority of all those stunts. Take This Job and Shove It was the very first one, as Jason Santos said here. So famous driver, he's 72 years old, and he said he was outside chopping some wood one day, and he said to himself, I want to drive again. I want to drive one last time. And they made an event essentially just for him to drive the latest truck they had, which was Bigfoot 21. So they set up for him, and he drove at the end of the day.
Do you have this on video on your page?
No, it's not on our page yet.
Okay.
Rich is going to prepare a video that we'll have it in. But yeah, and we'll do a vlog probably on it too. And just, kind of keep the content going. We did a lot of video We did Rich shot a lot of great photos and did a lot of nice video. And so it was a great event for that. They also had RC car racing going on there. So Rich drove our van up there. Somebody asked earlier if we had the J Concepts van. We did have the van there, and we set up our pits. We had a fun little get together in the parking lot at the hotel. I think I sent you guys a picture. You're like, "What? You're at a hotel?" And
oh, right, yeah.
So that was a get together. We just straight up, like, everyone that had cars, models, whatever, come out and hang out in the parking lot. And then we did the actual event, the race event, the next day. And it's a lot to do in one Saturday. And then pack up and get out of there, because as soon as it hit about 4:00, they were chasing us out of there. We had to pack up all of our stuff.
Totally, get out.
Oh, absolutely. They're like, hey, it's like it was beer 30 there at about 3:30, 4:00, and it was like, you guys got to get out of here.
Yeah.
And so that's what we did. We got out of there, and that was the event. And we got a lot of photos and video yet to get to. And one of the other events that was going on was we had Alex Sturgeon was hosting us our summer indoor nationals at his track, the Hobbyplex, which I believe they had 280 something entries.
What? Oh, wow. Jeez.
So
wait a minute, that's 280?
Yep.
So you're looking at, yeah, okay.
That was at Alex's event.
Before you get into that, let's welcome to the chat here, or welcome to the podcast, 7-time champ, Kirby Han.
What up?
Welcome in. What's going on?
Look at this. Everybody's together.
Everybody's back together.
Is the monster truck segment over?
Well, you know what? And I actually said, don't bring Kirby in until we're done with the monster truck segment, because
right. And then you just flowed right into the race, trying to block Kirby out.
Yeah, we're just transitioning segments here, and
I bet you're transitioning, boy.
So
How late am I? How late am I?
We are half hour in.
All right.
Yeah, not bad. Welcome to the podcast.
Thanks for
co-founder of the Radio Impound podcast, 7-time champ Kirby Han.
Hard to believe.
It says CEO and president.
Oh yeah, it does say that there.
7XL CEO and president. Also,
Nice.
we still got to get 7XL.
Oh, yeah. There it
license
says
plate,
live
by the way.
33 minutes.
Yeah, there it is.
Yeah, I don't know. That's a little out of my price range for those vanity plates.
Oh, please. Dude, that thing could be $500, and I would be getting it if I were you.
But at one point they weren't like, they were like $50 or something.
Yeah, they were.
I did have a vanity plate before, and I'm like,
I did too. Remember?
Looked into it. I looked into it, and I'm like, Jesus, they're like over $100. When did that happen?
Yeah. Yeah, they were under $50.
People were saying, "Hey, it's only $50."
Exactly. Yeah. Exactly. Yeah, now they're $99. Then I'm sure they add tax to that too.
Oh yeah.
Tax tag and title.
Tax tag and title.
You ever seen that when you go in and you work on get it if you're at a car dealer and they put those 3 checks at the bottom. They say, they give you a total and then they put 3 checks and you're like, what are those 3 checks? Tax tag title.
Yeah.
Yeah. Not so fast. That's not the out the door price.
Right. Yep.
Wow, I can't remember last time Kirby was on the pod, but it's been a while. But it's cool to have all 3 of us back again, the original gang.
It was maybe a few months ago.
Yeah, I remember.
Because it wasn't. I remember it was not this. It wasn't this hot out yet. But
yeah, that's true. Yeah.
Oh man, it's a scorcher up here in PA today. Holy crap, man.
Yeah, it's all humidity.
I got out of work at 7 a.m. and most of the time it's like, oh, it's a little cool in the morning, but today it was like, Jesus, it's already like kind of humid and it's already shitty. So I decided not to go for a bike ride. It was a little
And you
rough.
got a new bike. Tell us a little bit about the new bike.
I just can't
All right.
imagine wearing jeans in this.
Nah, well, hey, whatever.
Hey, you know,
He's used to it.
You can be riding a bike with him.
What was I gonna say? So before you get into that race, real quick, Jason has some important business with some overseas partners soon, Kirby. So he's gonna leave, and then
We running the
you're
We
gonna
going
go
down
into
Florida?
yeah you're gonna run the show and go into your mountain bike escapades.
Oh, I thought you
And-
meant like we're going down and running JC Concepts.
Oh well, we already do that from the
Remotely.
chat room.
Remotely.
We're like,
Direct
okay, you're not coming out with this product. You're doing this
Still on
now.
COVID rules.
Yeah.
Hey, just to let you guys know, and I already told Gotti, Mugen Challenge, I'm scheduled to attend.
That'll change, guaranteed. When is that?
No, it won't because Mayfield's attending. So that is August 17th through the 19th.
Yeah.
Right. So Jason will be there and we will be there, providing it's not 90 degrees and humidity.
I'll be
Oh,
there on
that's-
Friday. How about that?
Okay. Well, Jason will take that. And
That's
I'll be there on Saturday.
Softball tournament weekend.
Oh, man. Down in Harrisburg?
No, it's actually up our way here.
Oh,
Higgins.
wow. Oh, is it the.
It's one of the benefit tournaments. The one that you
Right.
came to is actually next weekend. And
Okay.
this is another benefit tournament
Yeah.
in August. That's
You hear
every year.
that, Jason Santos? I actually showed up to an event.
He did.
Yes. That was how many years ago now? Yeah, I had that jersey. I should have wore that tonight. I didn't.
Right there.
Whatever.
Here's how
Would've
long
been
ago that
awesome.
was. I had long hair.
So
That was a
That
good
Three,
race.
4
had to
Four-
be one
4
of the
years ago,
best
that-
mullets. That had to be one of the best mullets for quite a
Oh,
while.
that was no mullet, sir.
Yeah.
What?
That was my every bit of my hair in my head was long. It wasn't just
Okay.
party in the back.
Yeah.
It's party
There's party in the
everywhere.
back, party in front, party on the
Front,
sides.
side, yeah. Everywhere.
It was just a party.
It was a
Yeah.
party.
So yeah, August in PA, Jason says, is going to be 90 degrees.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
gonna-
he's absolutely right. That's the only thing that's
It's
going
gonna
to
be
turn
90
me off
degrees.
that event.
but it's gonna be humid as shit.
Yeah.
Well,
I rented
let's
it.
just go back to what year was that? 12 or 13 gas nats?
Yeah. Oh, dude.
Bro,
That was just
that
June.
was so
You guys
What's
are
that?
lucky I didn't quit the podcast then.
we just started it and we're done. What month was
That'd
that,
be so
Jason?
typical of me, though, to quit something as soon as I started it.
Jason, do you remember what month that would have been? Gas
It was
nats?
June. It was June.
June?
Yeah.
Yeah. We're,
Oh my god, that was so hot. All I
was
remember
brutal.
is I don't know what day it would have been, Thursday or Friday, went golfing, and I'm terrible at golf, but I was just there for the fun aspect. And I'm like, I'm out. 9 holes, I'm done. It was so damn hot. Holy shit. It was,
yeah,
it
you
was
were
humid.
golfing with the other pros, right? The RC.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Just out there killing it.
No, seriously, you guys were golfing out there just.
Yeah.
And it was just
It
too much for Kirby. If it's too much for Kirby,
was just nasty, dude. That weather was
dude.
insane. But I guess it beats rain and shitty track weather,
Right. Yeah.
Barely.
Barely, yeah. Jason, Allison's joining the chat. She's laughing out loud about this show. So,
Oh, yeah.
so you're good to go, Jason. You can stay. See, she's happy. Jason,
Yeah, oh, was he going like? You talk about the overseas thing, like?
well,
that
Jason
happened.
told me, like, look, Allison's laying down the law tonight. So let's just tell people on the. Oh, wait, we're recording. Oh, I screwed that
You
up.
can hear that.
Yeah.
I'm
Rewind.
sorry. He's like, just tell people I have overseas business so I don't look like I'm whipped. And we're good to go.
I don't believe I said any of that. But
The Barbie movie I think is next week. So
oh,
exactly.
honestly, I mean, it does look good.
I mean, there's one reason to watch it, baby.
Well,
Yeah, it's insane. Like when I see the previews for it, I'm like, wait a minute, how did they do this? And they didn't use CGI?
I was just talking about Margot Robbie.
Allison saying, I think Kirby said JC Concepts, so he's clearly not running it. Yeah, we were clowning on the people that say JC Concepts.
We're changing the name.
Yeah. Well, you might as well change it to that because people,
I already-
people that race, even
I already
people
got
that
the
race for
website.
you, Jason, say JC Concepts for some reason. I have no idea why.
Yeah, it's an inside joke. That's
it
not too inside.
happens. I mean, I have people come right up to me and talk to me about
Are
that.
you from JC Concepts?
Yeah, they'll say that, and you just kind of roll with it.
Well, that's
Like,
the problem.
yeah.
You're rolling with it. Maybe you ought to tell them, like, look,
If I-
it's J Concepts, not JC Concepts.
If I had $1 for every time I heard that one.
Man, we wouldn't need to play the Powerball for tomorrow night.
What was it up? I don't know. I don't
Yeah,
play
it's
it.
up to 600,000,000, 700.
Oh, it's almost time to play it.
Yeah,
It's
that's
almost time to
yeah.
waste my money again.
Yeah, like 10 million's not enough. 600 million. Okay, let's go play. It's like,
Yeah. Now's the time.
yeah. Alex Sturgeon saying he's heard that too about the spit out my drink. So he's he's talking about you and being
JCC.
whipped. Oh, that okay.
Yeah,
All right.
wrong part.
Yeah. So Jason, if you have to go at any time, feel free to hit the remove from studio button.
Oh,
Me and Kirby will talk about MGAF and mountain biking.
Well, I mean, the biggest thing is we got to get the race in that we're talking about with that was at Alex's track. We got to talk about that.
Alex Sturgeon's track?
Yeah.
Oh, all right, go ahead. Yeah, give him go up there and tell our dead listeners about this.
Oh, you might as well get the
seriously.
results here because you
No.
can't find them on the interwebs.
I joke about that since day one, 10 listeners, but I appreciate all of the. Actually, the show grew more when we were away, which is really weird, but whatever.
Well, I think it's about that time.
I think people missed the show, so they started downloading the old episodes because I was getting these statistics, and it's like, wow, what are they doing watching, listening to all this stuff or what? Guess they missed the show, right?
Yeah. I mean, how could you not?
Yeah,
I mean, we're getting close to 250 episodes now.
yeah, it's crazy. We should
What
be
is
way
this one?
above that, but whatever. My buddy
What
has
number-
a video game podcast called Player One Podcast, and they're up to like close to 900 now over what would be almost
Carry the one.
17, 18 years. So like, yeah, we should be, well, maybe it's over that then.
What number are we at now?
247.
We're getting there.
Yeah, whatever. I don't even care. We just do what we do.
Hey,
You guys don't like it,
Rogan
whatever.
recently hit 2,000.
Did he?
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah.
His pod's great, dude. It's not all
Yeah.
hype like, oh, he's the
Yep.
biggest out there, but it really is good.
Yeah. I mean, I'm ball busting you in the chat. So.
Really?
Well, that.
Well, you don't listen, so I get it.
Yeah.
I listened to some of them. I've listened
Oh, his
to
Elon Musk interview is awesome.
See, what's great about his show is it's the variety of guests he has is just
Right.
ridiculous. It's ridiculous. Like
Right.
like dudes that are actually I just listened to one that I'm like, I don't think I'm gonna be able to finish it because it was just like something I wasn't interested in, like a little highbrow that I'm like, eh. So I'll listen to a comedian and be like, yeah, this shit rules, Actually, Theo Vaughn. You guys familiar with Theo Vaughn? Comedian?
Yeah, I've seen them.
He was actually one of the not OG Real World Road Rules guys, but that's where he came from, Road Rules.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Like Miz came from Real World.
Right.
Actually, back in the day, him and Miz, Theo Vaughn and Miz had like a beef
Oh,
on
wow.
one of the shows. Yeah, he's actually performing next week in Grantville at the Hollywood Casinos up here.
Oh,
thinking-
right down in Harrisburg there.
Yeah, yeah.
What,
Thinking about
this
going.
weekend?
It's next week, the 19th.
Oh, next week. Okay, because I'm gonna be down. I'm gonna be down in that area tomorrow.
Oh, you want to go
tomorrow? Sure.
No, next week.
Let's go to the casino.
Jason, we need 2 tickets.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, we go to Jason for everything that we need. So.
Yeah. Business expense.
Yeah. Right off. All right, Alex Sturgeon's track. Alex Sturgeon, we're getting to you now. The race was called what now?
The Summer Indoor Nationals.
Location.
This is our 13th season of.
Oh, unlucky number 13. You know what? You should skip 13 because like some buildings do that. They skip the 13th
floor.
Yeah, you should skip. That would be awesome though. Like J Concept's 12, and then 14, and then people are like, "Where did 13 go?" Well,
I got it. You go 12, and then you go 12-teen.
Oh, I like that. Yeah, that's good too, man. Leave it up to Kirby to come up with the good stuff there.
Got it. Jason, where's this track at? Location? Where at?
Omaha, Nebraska.
Oh,
We don't know where it's at. So.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't. That's where Brian
I
Deegan grew up in Nebraska. I don't know.
I mean, I know of the track, but I always like Nebraska. You said.
Well, you think
Children of the Corn and just cornfields. That's it, right?
I think of the corn kid. It's corn.
Macalakai. Is that it? Macalakai? Macalakai?
I don't think I
Children
ever
of
saw
Corn? When's the last time you seen Children of Corn?
Never.
Oh, dude.
Jason?
Yeah.
You?
I've never seen it.
Oh, wow. The original Children of Corn, go watch it. I mean,
I bet there was no monster trucks in there.
No, there wasn't. But man, that movie freaked me out as a kid.
God, he still don't eat corn.
Well, I won't go to Nebraska, so I'm not showing up at Alex Sturgeon's track after watching that movie. No offense, Alex. We appreciate you, but
he's running races right now and watching the podcast.
Yeah, which is really, man, that's something. Yeah.
They're having a club race tonight. 62 entries, you said? 62?
That's amazing, dude. Like if we had a club
I remember
race here,
those days.
Well, yeah, 90s.
That's what I'm saying. Like club
yeah,
races.
early 90s. But now if we had a club race down here, it'd be maybe 3 people.
I know of a shop like that.
Yeah. 31 Plex Spec beginners he has tonight. So he has 31 beginners racing.
Damn, that's a lot of broken parts, baby.
Yeah. Money. Cha-ching, cha-ching, cha-ching.
Need another set of A-arms? Come on in.
Bust out those slashes.
Yeah.
Keep trying that quad.
Alex,
Kyosho Quad Racer.
Is there a scalpel class?
For the quad.
No scalpel. Scalpel's on road.
Come on, dude. I'm still waiting for a scalpel video to surface on Facebook. Like I'm waiting for somebody in our friends list to say, "Hey, I had an awesome weekend of racing my scalpel." I haven't seen that.
Still selling.
All right. So Alex Sturgeon, you had a J. let me let Jason get in here so he can go. Allison's waiting.
She's like tapping her foot. I can hear her foot tapping.
Yeah.
Tap.
Nah, seriously. You had the J Concepts race that you wanted to talk about.
No, seriously.
And, there was some controversy there, you said?
I don't
Or
think
something?
so.
Oh, not at this one.
Let's make some up. It's
Make something
it's
up.
like wrestling. We'll make some shit up.
Yeah. Is Alex point shaven? All right.
Ooh.
Okay, go ahead. And we're cranked up on this.
I show up and it's just like.
I got nothing.
Did Brock win this?
We're waiting for Alex. He has got to give us the update.
Jason doesn't even know the results.
No. Brock won 2-wheel mod, Aiden Horn 4-wheel mod, and then we had Doug, his last name's difficult. I just say
Smith.
Lariviere.
He's French.
Wow.
But when I said that, I asked him if that was right. He goes, "Well, close enough." So I was like,
So no.
yeah.
So no. What? Why wouldn't he correct you?
He won 17.5 buggy, 13.5 four wheel. We had little Owen Vanderbeek. He won 13.5 stadium truck. Al Horn, he won 40 plus. Unfortunately, Alex didn't get that win. I don't know what happened. I haven't watched the video. But Alex did TQ 40 plus, but Al Horn ended up winning it. So
wow. And these are all J Concepts drivers?
the ones I mentioned. Well, no, Aiden Horn is not a J Concepts driver. He won drive. So.
Oh, he's cheating.
Yeah, he's cheating.
It wasn't a speed.
He's obviously cheating, Jason.
Alex said he ran out of talent at 7 minutes. How long did we run? Did we run longer than 7 minutes?
Jeez.
What's he talking about? Ran out of talent. So he started just
races.
Yeah, how long are the races?
He must have ran a 10-minute main. Or I'm sorry, 8-minute main.
So he just last 3 minutes he was
done.
He had a really dominating qualifying. I think he TQ'd at least two of the rounds.
8-minute main. Damn, so close.
You got to be kidding. Alex saying it was an 8-minute main and he ran out of talent.
What's really unfortunate is the year before he had it won. I was there and I was turn marshaling or I was videoing or something, and he had it won, and his car went dead on the last lap with maybe 4 or 5 turns left. And he didn't win the year before. He had that one in the bag, though. That one was done. Something happened.
Wow.
Bummer.
I mean, Alex he owns a place. He could black flag people.
Yeah.
Yeah, he could rush right back up to the announcing area and be like, "Hey, by the way, Al Horn was been DQ'd."
Yeah, like I don't get that. If he ain't cheating, if he ain't trying,
if you ain't cheating, you ain't trying.
If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. So that's a shame.
Yeah, I mean, maybe he's just gonna hold off to a different event, and you can't. Sometimes you gotta decide when you're gonna use that kind of power, right?
Right. Yeah.
You gotta pick and choose.
Yeah.
Eventually, you gotta abuse your power.
He could be out there tonight beating up on the 31 Plex spec guys, getting them back, right?
Yeah, right. He's out there racing with them. Hey, I'll just show you around the track.
Show you the fast line.
Yeah.
To the wall.
Gets a trophy. He's like all proud of it. He's like, yeah, look at that.
So, good event. And that's our third race of our indoor national series for the dirt. We got 2 more. There's one at Hoosier RC in Indiana. Got that one in October, and then our finals is in December. And we're 2 races in on the carpet series. Is it 2?
I'll be right back, guys.
Yeah, 1, 2.
Carry the 4.
Yeah. So we'll see. We'll see how it goes for the 4th and the 5th race on the dirt. But the carpet is we got a big race. We got a good one coming up, which will be at the turf race in September, and then the last race is in. Is it October? Yeah, October is our last race. So a lot of stuff.
So these races are dirt and carpet mixed.
What it is we have 2 separate series. We have the INS, which is just dirt. That's 5 races. Then we have a carpet and turf series together, which is 4 races.
Got it.
Yeah, it's a 3 of 4 points series in the carpet and turf, and then it's 3 out of 5 of the dirt.
As an employee, you would think I'd know this, but I don't.
Well, you're still catching up. You're still relatively new.
I'm just learning.
I
didn't get my handbook.
Ah, true.
Speaking of whipped, Gotti. I don't know. I think Gotti might be whipped.
Oh, you think that's the problem?
That's why he had to leave, I bet. Yeah.
Well, that could be a thing. So next race, next week. This week is off. Next week, well, actually, this week Tyler Hooks is in California at the Dirt Oval, J Concepts Dirt Oval race in California. But next week is the E Nationals flying into Albany, New York, and going over to Frank Calandra's track.
Okay.
So flying into Albany, driving over to his track next week for 8-scale E Nationals. And the week after that, I believe, is Wicked Weekend, which is, one of the big Dave Lycum race time entertainment events. And not long after that is the Roar Nationals for 10 scale. And then all the all the off-road nationals for Roar will be done at that point.
Where are the Roar Nats this year? The 10 scale.
They will be at it's a hobby town near Atlanta, Georgia. It's in Georgia though.
Okay. Georgia.
And then the Mugen Challenge.
August.
Yep. And then we roll into the Worlds in September.
Oh yeah, we gotta get our tickets for that.
That's right.
Okay, Mugen Challenge you say is 18 through 20. Is that right? August?
Yeah.
The Saturday, Sunday is 19, 20.
Yep.
Okay.
That's right. What did you do? Put it in your calendar?
Now I was looking up the date.
Oh, okay.
I didn't put it in.
Yeah, sorry, Joe. Gotti had to disappear for a minute. He's
You
coming
scared
back.
him off. Oh, there he is.
Bye. Just so you guys know, LA Knight is on SmackDown right now.
Never heard of it.
Let me talk to you.
The real show's on at 10, guys. Don't worry about it.
Hey, isn't it like this? L.A. Knight.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
So he's like on right now?
Yeah, he's on right now.
Oh,
I'll confirm this. Yeah, there he is.
Yep.
can we
There's
like
that 41-year-old.
can we like share the screen or something?
No, we'll get copyrighted.
Oh, please.
We'll get a strike.
Yeah, like
No, they don't strike me. They just take me down
They
instantly.
just delete your shit.
so.
Yeah.
Do we? I don't know if you want to get into this, but
No.
This,
Jason wants to go. Jason, you have to go. Go. I'm talking.
well, what I was going to ask is, don't we need to know who's his opponent going to be for SummerSlam?
Yeah, I told you tonight. If they don't go down that road tonight, they're not going to go down that road. So, but apparently they are. So
What's that road?
they have to get an opponent for SummerSlam. I mean, it's only 4 weeks away. So
Okay.
there was no reason why he should have been on last week's SmackDown, but he wasn't. So for whatever reason.
So I watched a TikTok that this dude had a theory that, ironically, he should go against Austin Theory and give LA Knight the belt. Because let's be honest, like I don't watch much WWE, but Austin Theory sucks.
I think that's
Because the guy's like,
can happen.
you give LA Knight the belt and have them go back and forth, which makes both of them better. Like, because that dude needs some help. Theory's just like snooze.
Yeah. All right. Well, we'll see what.
Wrestling talk.
Yeah. There you go.
Well, we'll get into AEW later. Save the best for later.
There you go. LA Knight. I think we should take a Joe Zaire saying I think we should take a bet on who will race a car first, Gotti or Kirby.
I actually think Gotti would race before Kirby.
Yeah.
I need to rent a ride. I'm not.
Yeah.
I almost got back into it like 10 years ago, but didn't.
Yeah. Jason Santos has invited me to Mount Joy, PA, and I guess they have a race
Dude.
once a month.
Get the band back together.
Yeah, I mean, we should seriously.
We'll get Rotor.
If
No, Rotor's busy driving Harleys, so
Can we both fit on the back of the Harley?
We're holding on to Rotor like this.
what I'm thinking, hey, what I'm thinking is we need to set it up so that we can race when Jason races out there, and I could come up for that. So then we get Josh to come out. I'll fly
All
out.
three of
There's going to be a volcano eruption in PA before that happens.
Jason, you're not flying up.
I would. I like the looks of that track. I'll bring my world's car, and I'll race it out there.
Aluminum turnbuckles.
Yeah.
We got Corey checking in.
Yeah, Corey Short, left tire salute.
First
And
of all,
actually,
Jubert
where's my temp gun at,
talk.
Corey? No, I turned a temp gun down. I actually want a temp gun on Corey's podcast.
Nope, I would be going after that bad boy.
I should have went after it, but I gave
I know,
it up.
you can check, see if you have a cold or not.
Oh man, that's a damn great point. Well, Corey, if you ever get another one, just send it to me.
Okay.
Yeah, I was like, what am I going to do with this? Justin Jubert.
Yeah.
As far as who's going to race first, Kirby or me? Jubert says those are terrible odds no matter what because it's 0.
I'll tell you what. You give me 2 weekends practice, and I'll beat Jubert on weekend 3.
Wow.
I know it's important. I do. I honestly do. But we talking about practice, man.
Practice.
I know.
I don't want to practice. I just want to go out. I want to show up to Mount Joy, which I haven't been there since 1997.
Was the bomb.
Yeah. So
Pit stop was so cool.
Oh, it was really
like in the heyday,
awesome
Jason.
track.
It was definitely like it. You would have been all about it.
What was it?
Pit stop hobbies.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't know how it is
like,
now, but
as an old school guy, you'd probably love it now. I mean, it's an outdoor track. How many are those left?
I think that's where Jason's racing at.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, that's the track. That's what we're talking about.
I'm down. Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Not that we frequented it a lot, but when we race off road, that's where we race, Gotti and I.
I mean,
well,
if it's, I'm serious. I'll fly up if you guys. We all commit to a certain time that's open. I'll fly up and I'll bring my world's car. I'll race vintage.
Yeah, all three of us have to race together, though.
That's fine.
Man, imagine if we beat
Can
Jason.
Can I get that high tech radio?
What, the Lakes?
If you can get a receiver for it, it was $50 on eBay. I looked.
Jason Santos, if you're in the chat, I want a high tech Lynx radio. And I'll show up to that. If you tell me this week that you got me a high tech Lynx radio.
Wow. Weren't you a KO guy? You had a KO, I remember.
Yeah, I had a KO. But everybody told me they were crap back then. Even when I thought they were, I don't know. I had the KO Mars radio.
Yep.
And everybody's like, oh, that's a slow response time.
Jason, here's how I remember that. Because we were at pit stop, and I think Gotti had the KO Mars. You had, was it the double X4 at that time?
I can't remember, dude.
And I asked to drive it, and you were like,
yeah, I didn't want Kirby to wreck it. I was like, this guy only races oval. What the hell? No, it was horrible, dude. I don't know.
The KO. Dosick was always a KO guy. There was
but I remember
when
when I
those
bought
KO guys, man, that were like, I'm a KO guy.
Yeah, but I bought a KO Mars and everybody's telling me it was like a slow response time. You got to buy the Aerotronics. And I was like, oh.
Probably not slower than that Futaba PCM for off-road.
I don't know.
And here I am driving a Futaba PCM radio and off-road.
Joe Zerstein, he'll send me an Aerotronics 3P. What's that?
Got
What's
it.
that?
Just making the main at Motorama with a PCM. No big deal.
Jason Santos is saying, you'll get what I give you and like it.
What? We need to be pampered.
It's pretty rude. I mean, if I'm driving
say.
2 hours,
Yeah.
I mean, I want what I want.
I want that Lynx and I want it now.
Man, that thing was ugly.
Yeah, but the photo you sent me in the chat seemed like they listened to the outcry and changed the color of it. Because
Yeah,
at
that'll fix
Chicago, the Chicago show, it was purple.
Ooh.
Hey, that
And
it was on eBay. $50. We could get you one.
Yeah.
I
50
got to go
bucks.
back and look and see what that looked like because it's not. Is it in the chat? Did you post a pic of it?
Yeah, Jason put
right,
a
I'll
pic
throw
of the current, or not the current one.
Same build.
The launch edition. I guess it was different from Chicago show. They
So much
listened
better.
to the feedback and look at Jason. He's like, I gotta go. House. That's a good thing though. Well, that's I guess I can't use that radio, right? Because everybody's using 2 point or the gigahertz stuff. What's going? Yeah, actually, I got.
Nobody's gonna be on your channel, dude. Just show
Huh?
up with your own. Show up with your own clothespin.
Yeah, so that's a good question though, on these vintage races. Yeah, so you guys are using the current radio, so I guess that's a dumb question. Joe Zare saying the Mars was good. The Helos was the best transmitter chassis of all time.
I don't recall what that was.
Yeah, I don't know, Joe. I'm just telling you what people told me when I showed up with the Mars radio. They're like, that's crap.
That thing sucks.
So what year was that you had the Mars?
Well, 97, I guess. 96, 97.
I'd have to look it up, but they gave
I just thought it sounded cool. I was like, Mars. I'm like,
you know,
damn.
KO gave that radio to me and Scott Hughes, and I want to say he ran it at the Worlds in '97. He got fourth, made the main.
Damn, he turned his back on Futaba.
Seemed
Jeez.
fine.
Damn, Scott. Hey,
Oh.
I cheered on Scott Hughes because he was
I know
running
you-
Futaba radio at the '96 Nationals.
Yeah.
Mention the
Battle.
96 Nats.
Battle in Butler.
So I'd have to
Dragon Hill.
let me check the photo and see if Scott was actually using that radio.
And here we go. Battle in. I won't do that to you.
Jason, am I correct in saying I remember like magazine ads? Did Gil Jr. run JR Propo?
I think they were running JR for a while.
Because they had that like molded piece that was like right by your wrist come out.
Yeah.
Like, it was
So
weird.
ugly.
Yeah,
So
so
ugly.
weird.
You know what's interesting about that is Mayfield was just telling me the other day that the first race he won at Cactus Classic, he was actually running that radio.
That JR I just
It was a JR radio. I don't know if it was that edition because this would have been 03 when he won. So, that'd have been 6 years later. So
gotcha.
I don't know if it was that same one with that
Right.
ugly bar.
But the fact that it was still a JR.
Yeah, that ugly bar on there.
John Bolton, you got a lot of bad takes.
Let me
John
said,
Bolt? I don't
"Great
see any of his
radio."
comments.
I'm
Oh,
looking-
okay. Yeah. JR
756. I wouldn't have even known what model that was. That's how
Yeah,
off the
I'm not
radar
sure.
that was for me.
Let's look. Let's see if Scott was actually using that radio.
Well, Paul Wynn says Scott's KO fell out of the back of his truck at the Winter Champs.
Oh, he said, "Oops, that was Jimmy's radio."
Oh, Jimmy. Yeah.
So
There you
Jimmy was running the KO. I think they gave me a KO radio, but I actually never used it. Like, because at this race, the '97 Worlds, I was running a Samwell radio. So
So wait, what was JR then?
Were they related, JR and KO? Because they always had
Yeah, I
their,
think they
their
were
last
two of
names
the
were the
same,
same.
right? Yeah.
Or do they have
I don't know.
in-laws?
I just remember buying the Mars
have a
and people were
stepmom.
shitting on me for it. So
You know what was cool with the KOs was they had like the the colored trigger grip and the matching like
Yeah, they're orange, right?
You could change them.
Yeah, you could change them. Yeah, they're pretty.
Yeah,
cool.
Mars, you could change it up.
This looks like a picture of Scott right here, but this is from Winter Champs, and I think this is actually I think that's the KO radio right here. But that was a few years later. I'm still digging, but he did use the KO right there.
Wow.
Jimmy Jacobson. Got it.
I mean, with that response time.
Hey, Jason, do you ever have one of the molded Kimbrough?
No,
Transfer
no. If you saw one of those on someone's radio, you didn't even have to watch them drive. You already knew.
Slapper. Slapper.
Yeah,
Slapper. Hashtag slapper.
you didn't even have to watch them.
We had this guy. We had a local guy up home here that he ran, the boxy, the Futaba 1024, like the PCM, and also the FM version. But like he threw his radio so much, he learned how to take that shit apart and fix it.
Really?
Yes, like he would slam that shit up and then he'd go back and fix it because he was just so well versed at taking them apart and fixing them because he broke them all the time. It was pretty impressive.
We had a guy in Florida that Paul knows. He's in the chat, but we had a guy that he got so pissed he threw his radio from the driver's stand and hit his car going down the straightaway. He timed it perfectly, so he threw it.
Wow, you gotta love those guys.
That's actually pretty impressive.
Yeah, you gotta love those guys.
Very impressive.
Ooh, Sturgeon said he put his caliper in his check luggage 98 Nats, opened it up and found it in pieces.
Wow.
Now, see, that was one thing I always was told, like when you go travel,
Carry on.
Take your radio and your carry on. Just in case.
Yeah, why wouldn't you carry that on, man?
Yeah, so Paul said Glenn Hammond was the guy that he timed it and hit his car on the straightaway with the radio as it came by.
Oh man, we called him out.
Paul Wynn, no F's given right there. Just put him on blast.
Honestly, but seriously,
I'll get a cease and desist order on this podcast.
We gotta bleep out his name now.
I would think that he'd be pretty proud. I mean, I don't know.
I would.
Actually, yeah, you're right.
Show me somebody who did that. I've never. Yeah,
who else?
that's pretty good.
That's
he
like
read his own
throwing the
route.
football and catching it.
That's like Tom Brady. Like, all right,
Mr. Perfect.
Run a post here and
Right. Yeah, exactly.
I don't think
I
I've
never
ever
threw my radio.
I've never thrown a radio, but I've set it down real hard.
Did you? Yeah. Was that the 96 Nats when you after you blew that one main lead?
never forget.
Nope.
Oh damn. All right.
You know what's funny is I didn't even care about that race.
We've heard the story 1,000 times,
Yeah.
but I tell you what, we
I
are
bet
going
if
to
you
go
won,
through
you
the-
would have cared.
Honestly, we just ran 4-wheel because Reedy signed us up.
We had to.
Yeah. You're like, damn, Reedy.
I was
dude.
more pissed that I crashed in the rocket round and was in the C main and 2-wheel.
Well, save it for the episode next week sometime. We're going to go through the 96 Nationals RC car action. The battle in Butler.
Nice. I'll
That's
never
what it's
forget.
titled.
I'll never forget. Like, once I found out there was a Roar Off-Road Nationals in Pennsylvania.
Right.
I'm like, what? Because I ran off-road for fun. My brother and dad weren't big fans of it because they were, Is that it?
I'm going to try and bring it up here.
96
and
Nats
see.
there.
I thought this was, but
160 racers turnout. Like, oh, what a big turnout.
That's what it was, 160 entries?
I
so
think
just so you
that was
guys,
it.
Is that true?
That's 95. Oh, that's on road. Nah, that was some article I just read.
oh wait, what was I on here? Hold on, I'll try and find it. But just so you guys, just a side note, that 1996 RC Car Action Edition was 297 pages.
Wow, bro, what are they now? Like 50?
No
They're
way. 20, maybe.
20 pages. Think of it. Back in the day,
at lunch.
Trinity had 20 pages of ads.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There was a time when they had their own magazine.
Pretty much. It's basically what it was.
So a cool thing about that 1990 edition, we were on 1999, the Car Action Edition, Kirby, last week.
I listened to it.
Actually, it was this week. That's
Yes, it was.
podcast in 1 week.
Yeah, when you posted up that link, I'm like, you guys just recorded. What the hell?
Oh, you listened to it? I'm not sure how that turns out for listeners, but for video, it's fine. But for listeners,
It was good.
Okay. All right. Wow. Getting a compliment from Kirby.
No, I'm a podcast fan. Like somebody,
we're not no
some guy
Joe
that
Rogan
doesn't know what a
here.
podcast is.
Right.
Listen, I don't watch Joe Rogan's video. I never watch his videos. I own podcasts. For me, are strictly audio.
Exactly.
Yep.
Yeah. That's the way it should be.
My
really,
buddy Heisy's like, I only watch him. I'm like,
who sits and watches a
I never
podcast?
watched. He got a nice little cush job.
Oh, jeez.
I mean, he don't sleep during work.
But he's pretty close to it.
So Paul said he threw a radio once, but put it in the case first. So how do you do that? You throw the radio box.
Damn.
He put it in the case first.
So you
Seems
just throw the
weird.
whole case.
All right, I want to save this issue for. Never mind, I'm not doing this. I want to save it for the next episode. We're going to do the 96 because it's. I had people asking me since we always talk about the Nats.
Yep.
When you do the 1996 RC Car Action,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. I'm in the 99 Car Actions, I think.
You're in him.
You're in.
Scott ran Airtronics at the 97 Worlds.
Repeat that, Jason. I didn't
Turned
hear
his
you,
back
sorry.
on Futaba. Damn.
Well, yeah, it looks like this is a. This looks like a.
Oh, that's an Apple screen. We can't look at that shit.
I see it. Yep. Not the,
Yeah, you can see the little.
For the
handle.
listeners of the podcast are like, what's going on here?
Look at this. Scott Brown has that ugly JR we were talking
Oh,
about.
I remember he was a JR guy.
Look at the bar up there.
Bro.
Oh wow, yeah.
That thing's hurting.
We would have dremeled that bar right off there.
Oh, cut that shit right off.
Trebled the bar.
I got there. I got the Samwell radio too.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
1, 2, 3, 4,
So
5, 6, 7, 8. There was 8 Sanwa Airtronics radios in this main. Masami TQ'd with the KO.
KO. Yeah, buddy.
with his feet.
With his
Correct.
eyelids.
Correct. And then Scott Brown with the ugly JR.
Keeping him on the map. He was probably
Brutal.
literally the only one that I can think of that ran JR and did shit.
Jack Johnson.
That's right. Jack John. Well,
I remember that bar.
Like I said, did shit.
Yeah.
Paul, I don't believe you.
I threw it already once, but put it in the case first. I mean, that is hilarious, dude.
He's
That's
like,
true.
I know I want to throw something, but I don't want to break it, so I'll just
Yeah.
put it in the case first.
Right. Alex Sturgeon says he almost put an antenna through his hand at the 2005 Novak race.
One of those fast antenna down things.
The fast
Right.
collapse.
And it doesn't collapse, or no, you get to the end and you're like,
Like it's a little rusty on the inside.
oh,
Where you kind of
Ooh,
shank it to the side, and it.
Joe Zaire, he was in December 96 car action for the 96 stock Nats. Remember when they had the stock nationals separate?
I'm in the December 96 car. Oh, wow. I can pull that up right now if you want, but
So I wonder what Joe, where was that? Where was the location of that race? Because we had I say Vinny Nocella from Long Island won
Oh,
stock
yep.
nationals the one year, which it's a pretty big deal for, you win stock off-road nationals back in the day. That's a pretty big deal. Fargo, I guess North Dakota, one of the Dakotas. I think this race, Jesus. Why do I want to say Colorado was this stock nationals or some shit they traveled out to? I forget.
Sounds right.
Is that right? Yeah, I would have to message him and find out. But after, he won that, it was like, holy shit, he went out there and won. Like, that's pretty crazy. We had a handful of stud off-road drivers. There was a couple, like Grabowski was solid in his day, and Vinny Nocella was fast. Yeah. Well, Grabowski made some of those Winter National mains.
Yeah, he was fast with the brown body.
Well, that was after. That was after he was fast.
Oh, okay.
I was bust his balls. Like, at one point he was running Durango. Like, it was the career was coming to an end. And he painted his own bodies, and his main color was copper.
Right.
But it was poop, doo-doo brown.
Copper.
It's not brown.
So how
Dave
about this story from Joe Zaire?
Which, about the radios?
To Hobby People, he says, I've heard 2 stories about Airtronics. So go ahead.
Joe's there saying, so I've heard 2 stories about Airtronics. One, they went away because Hobby People closed. And 2, they went away because they were busted smuggling cocaine. I'm willing to believe both, Joe says. Wait a minute. So Airtronics isn't... What are you saying? Airtronics is not a thing anymore?
No, because the Airtronics name was was the USA distributor for Sanwa. So
Okay.
And that was a big
they were
deal.
based out of California.
Yeah, so a big deal because Sanwa had to make a certain amount of radios that said Airtronics
with that branding. Yeah.
Yeah, and then ship them, and the box said Airtronics and everything else. And, so yeah, it was crazy. I mean,
So maybe they were smuggling cocaine in with the radios?
Well, but here's the thing.
Allegedly. I don't want to get
Allegedly.
sued.
Yeah.
I do not believe the cocaine story because
Cocaine and Airtronics instead of Cocaine Bear.
yeah, instead of
PJ.
I mean, that's pretty far fetched, I think.
No, this is
I like
great.
it.
Alex Sturgeon says Hunter Biden's transmitter source. There you go.
There you go.
Hunter Biden is dropping cocaine all over the White House.
I just had messaged somebody today about that. Like a place that probably has 3 video cameras in every room.
Yeah, and they don't know who dropped
where
it.
it came from.
Yeah,
No
please.
idea.
So right up here is the December of 1996 RC car action. And Joe Zaire is saying he's in this episode in this magazine somewhere.
Oh, the
Wow.
speed gems, bro. This speed
Oh, here we go. Jason's not going to bed anytime soon.
Look at those Trinity ads.
every
Trinity
other
presents the speed gems.
you couldn't swing a dead cat and not hit a Trinity ad back in the day.
So Joe Zaire, you're gonna have to get in here
Those
and
speed
let me
gems
know
were
where you're at.
machine.
Yeah, you
wound.
got to go to
Look for the race coverage.
Where the stock nats is.
The hell?
Touring cars, bro. My body's hurting.
Hey, is that the Stingray? Is that the same style body that was in the movie Deadpool, the Stingray?
It might be.
That was Ace Ventura.
So
Oh, wow,
there's
this is-
96 FMAR Electric Converge champs, 1997. Yeah, we
On-road.
Paul
Wow.
and I
Oh,
raced-
look at this. Vicky Karuba is there.
Paul and I raced in this.
Is that
Wow.
when you got the good batteries in the last qualifier?
No, that's when Paul got the good battery in the last
Ah.
qualifier. He stole it from Mark Pavitas.
It was a practice pack.
Yeah.
Masami speaks. Can we? Is that in English or is that in his language? That's English. Okay.
I remember Ernie wearing his Air Jordan 11s at this race, straight out of the playoffs.
Oh man.
I think he was probably wearing his championship ring too.
Yo, how great would it have been if they just put this in Masami's language? He can't even read it.
It's Japanese.
It's Japanese. What is that box down there that says Ernie? Ernie's right there.
I guess
I can't read it. I gotta pull it up on another browser. Yeah.
I'm not even sure what that whole collab was.
So I'm looking for what race again, Jason?
Stop.
An off-road race.
Right there.
There it is. Stock Nationals. Why is there Stock Nationals in a Dakotas? How is that?
That doesn't. I don't know.
Joe, do us a favor. Look up what year the Stock Nationals were in Colorado. Thank you. All right. Now go to the results page, Gotti, and we'll look up his name.
Man, I can't read this.
They don't have the Z main listed. Sorry.
No,
Joe.
he's in a photo, he said, with a backwards hat.
Okay.
Oh.
Alex Sturgeon says 98. Sounds good. I believe you. Is that him up there? No, that's forward hat. There, is that him?
This is Joe Zare?
Friendly rivalry right there. He had a whole article.
Holy.
He's got an associated T2 right there.
They must have been hurting for write-ups or something, huh?
It says here, Joe Zare of the Ran Out of Talent podcast. Running his associated.
Time travelers, it's real.
That is crazy. He had an article about himself. What the? Let's see here, man. I gotta zoom. I gotta bring this up on another browser so I can read it.
Who did
you
the
guys
coverage?
can read that?
Who did the coverage on this magazine? On this article?
Jack Johnson wrote this part.
What?
Yeah, by Jack Johnson.
That explains it.
So they had Jack Johnson do this?
My guess is Jack Johnson was there for Losi, and then he helped with the article.
And what year am I in again? 96. So he's.
What year am
I? What year am I in?
2023.
Yeah.
Well, we got Jackson Brunson checking in now.
Wow, how about that? So there you go, listeners. If you're watching the video chat, there's Joe Zare of the Ran Out of Talent podcast right there. Backwards hat.
So he's been driving an RC car for quite a while.
There's this
Jackson
claim to
Brunson
fame.
just had a birthday a while ago too. Happy birthday, Jackson.
13. Huh.
What?
Damn.
He's 13.
Joe said he was 13 in that.
Oh, it's like wow. I think Jackson's a little older than that. Joe, he was 13. Wow, jeez. Look at Pops Losi up there in the upper left, just chilling.
Probably on some couch. Oh my god. Car Action would literally put anything in that fucking magazine, dude, huh?
Dragon Wagon. Oh my god.
Oh.
That's crazy.
Yeah, we should just go through a magazine and just rip it to shreds.
Well, I have all the car actions that they ever made, so we can go. Whenever Jason's at a race somewhere, me and you can get on and just.
Or we'll just pick out the episode or the magazines that had me in there.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So I've been going through these episodes. I keep saying episodes. I've been going through these magazines, and I've been, the TRC ads with you in it when we were launching TRC, and Jason or Kirby was the how dare I say Jason? Kirby was the face of TRC for the relaunch.
Yeah,
of Trinity,
the rebranding. So, what you got to find. It was only my name in an ad. It was when it would have been 96-ish. Futaba came out with a 3PJ. That was their first hey, we're making an actual an effort to make a good radio here, because that PCM was well past its prime, and the 3PJ, like I think it held 6 models and shit. And I won the 96 Nats with it. And apparently it was the first national win for that radio. And my name was in an ad.
Nice.
So Gotti, that's your homework.
Okay. 90.
What it was 96, so who knows when that ad would have ran, probably late 96.
Right. Okay. I will find that for you, and next time we'll put it up.
Gonna need that by midnight, thanks.
I probably can do that. What time is it? That's only 10 o'clock. Joe's there saying he misses those days. Or no, that's I got the. So we got Jackson Brunson. Oh, John Marcotte. Marcotte.
Marcotte.
By the way, great guy.
Marcotte.
Actually, I don't even know why I'm wearing it. I'm not wearing it. Jason is making me wear these J Concept hats. But there's the hat that John got me at one time. It's really cool though. I love this hat. It's super comfortable. I was telling, it has my name on the back, my nickname.
Stick It One got what's
got
on the
Junior.
front? Rip and JC Concepts got it.
Yeah. And this hat is seriously awesome. I don't know if Stick It One still does these. It's made by, FlexFit Kirby,
right?
But for some reason the material is just way better than any FlexFit that I ever bought.
That's weird.
Yeah, it's just ultra comfortable.
Is Stick It One still around? Or Stick It?
Jason.
Jay Bird?
No, sorry.
Oh my god, just like at work he's asleep.
Yeah. Is the Stick It One still around, Jason?
Yes.
Okay. And you can get your RIP logo at stickit1.com, hopefully, still.
And Boom Graphics.
Right. All right, let's remove this. We'll save that for another episode. But that's cool. Zara was had a little write-up about himself. I bet you that got you, like, he probably went to school, showed all these chicks. He probably just got chicks galore because of that.
I would hope, like,
well, we know Kirby did when he was national champ.
That was like, yo,
So.
I want to, I need to, I'm in a magazine. Yeah.
Yeah, John's saying glad you like it. Yeah, I do. I love it. I just, like I said, Jason has these rules sometimes every other episode. So next episode I'll have the hat on for you, John. But I love that hat, and I've been trying to figure out. I went on Stick It One to just get another one because it's kind of peeling. The RIP logo's peeling a little bit. And I don't see it anywhere on Stick It One. So, and I haven't been on there in over a year, but guess they stopped making them.
Let to pull some strings.
Joe's there saying it got him -12 girls. -12.
They're like, you're in a magazine for what? RC cars?
Yeah. I can relate.
Hey.
Yeah, Jason can relate. Kirby cannot relate. You got a lot of chicks. Well,
I guess you should have won the Nationals, Jason.
96 Nats would have done it for you, Jason.
I don't think it would have.
Did you score Allison by lying to her about the 96 Nats?
No.
Hey, Gotti.
Yeah.
Unlike Jason, I won the 96 Nats.
Yeah. That's right. Where was that at? Did you say?
That was Triclone Raceway in Wisconsin.
Wow. Is that track still around?
No, I don't think so. Jamie Tenney's was out there who still races. That trial was sick. That was a sick trial.
I remember seeing photos of it in car
It was
action.
one of those, like, it wasn't an offset triangle. It was a trial. It was a symmetrical triangle, which was kind of rare. Like, if there was a triangle, it was usually like like an offset dog leg or something. But that was a very cool track. Very cool. Who was Jason? Do you remember the guy that was he worked for Parma and he announced sometimes and called races? Shit, I wish I could remember. Gary.
Yeah, I know who you're
Gary
talking
Kais?
about.
No. Gary
Campbell?
He called that race.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, I just
Gary
can't
Campbell.
pull that. I can't pull that last name, but yeah.
I went to school with Gary Campbell.
It was him.
He also Gary
Batman.
Owens.
What's that?
Paul came with Gary Owens.
That's it. Well,
There you go.
Paul's good for something, I guess.
Man, he's paying attention, Paul, to the podcast. Wow.
Good job. What? Joe signing out.
Joe's there signing out for tonight. Got to go. What? Jeez. Dude,
Clip.
sharks never sleep, bro.
Clip
He's
him.
probably got a fight tomorrow.
Clip him.
Yeah, clip him. Out of here. Get out of here. After all that we did for you, I searched for the car
The
action that
damn
you were
magazine. We'll go back and edit that out.
in. Yeah.
Well, I won't. God, he will.
So yeah, Gary Owens.
Gary Owens, yeah.
Justin Doyle said he's never got the notification on Facebook. It's a little tricky. I got people messaging me during the week saying, "Hey, I didn't know you went live." So I think you got to do something. You have to go in there and hit. You have to put us as a favorite. That's what you have to do. John saying he's got old car action backs from the 80s. I have them all. So I appreciate it. I think I'll double check that, but I believe I have everything up until now.
Issues. Well, there's a few. 89 worlds, 91 worlds. I thought
I have everything.
was best.
The
I have
one that
everything
had
from 86 on.
the one that had the Cliff Letts RC10T on the front cover.
Yeah, that's a good one.
The skinny fronts with that neon red chassis.
Mhm.
Yes, sir.
That's correct. I'm not racing tomorrow, so I can stay up late.
That's
Actually,
right.
I can't stay up too late. I gotta get down to Harrisburg by 10 a.m.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
We got going on.
I don't know. They're doing something. They want me to show up. Carrie and her sister. So they were at the
Oh.
Luke. What was it, Jason or Kirby? Luke. What?
Luke Bryan? Was that
Luke Bryan concert in Hershey
at Hershey?
yesterday, and then I guess they went on with it. There was lightning, so they made them evacuate the stadium for a while
And restarted it.
Yeah,
Hey,
they took their mom. It was their mom's birthday.
Yeah.
Justin Doyle, Kirby. I was racing dirt oval with Dave Timmerman from East Coast Motors. Great guy. He had some great stories.
So I think Tony Neisinger races dirt over. He lives in North Carolina, and I guess Timmerman kind of races. Correct me if I'm wrong, Doyle, but yeah, Dave Timmerman was the best motor builder ever. I'm not biased either. Yeah, I spent let's see, I would have been in high school still. Over summer break, went down and spent 2 weeks or so down with David Timmerman over a summer. That was pretty cool. Yeah, he's there too. Yep. Yeah, he's a good dude. But he could also wheel. He was a very good driver as well, which is, you can either build motors or, Dieter's also a rare one like that too. He could drive, but Timmerman could build the horsepower and drive too. So,
wow.
Yeah, it's kind of rare.
So he's still racing.
Yeah, I guess
Is that what he's saying there?
Yeah.
Wow.
Well, Doyle, I mean,
I don't think you're going to beat
not
Doyle
saying
yet.
much.
Yeah, no offense, Doyle, but you're not beating Dave. You're not beating me. Let's just put it that way too.
That's
I'm
right.
throwing down the gauntlet. The three of us racing at Pit Stop Hobbies, that would be very interesting. I think it would probably go
Me, Donnie, Jason.
Kirby, Jason, me. And then all the other clowns after us. we're top three. We're top three.
And there's only 3 in the class. Got it.
Can you imagine losing to me? I mean, Jesus.
Just pack it up. Sell your shit that day, dude.
just pack it up.
Literally just put it on the ground and write free and just leave.
I would definitely throw my radio.
Hit your own
Jason,
car
if you showed up to Pit Stop and I beat you, would you just quit racing? Because you would. I think you would have to.
That radio.
Would you put it in the case first and then throw it, or would you just throw it?
No.
Throw the radio.
Spend that bad boy. Spend that thing.
Oh man. Well, Kirby, you remember Tom Barnhart, right?
Oh yeah.
Oval racing. Yeah,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
beat him at Roadrunner Raceway because he was like really good, and I beat him. And and then I retired from oval racing at Roadrunners. That was it. Then they closed down a few weeks later.
Dude,
But
that
yeah,
track.
I beat Tom Barnhart in 12 scale oval.
Jason, there was this there was not many oval tracks in PA, let alone like an indoor carpet track, but there was a high banked carpet oval track in Bloomsburg. And the carpet they put on this track was not ozite. It was like, we called it shag. So
Yeah.
basically, if you're not using ozite, it's gonna suck ass.
Right.
And it wasn't ozite. So
And I know who told him to do that, and it was just a brutal mistake. It killed the track.
Yeah, it really did.
Yeah.
But it was fun while it lasted.
Yeah. Justin Doyle, you're totally wrong on this. He's saying it would go Jason, me, Kirby. You're not being
No.
Kirby.
No, dude.
And then I'll admit I'll be last in that
Let's
group.
see.
Well, no, I'll be Justin. There's no doubt about it. I would be Justin. Jason, you saw me up at the Vintage Nats. 18 years removed from racing, and I was at the Vintage Nats and I was doing well until you sabotaged my car with the aluminum turnbuckle.
For real. What a shame.
What could have been?
Could have
I
been
would've done-
don't call it a comeback.
Was I running in the top 3 at that time, Jason?
It was a qualifier.
Yeah, I was TQing almost.
Probably TQ pace, I bet.
Gosh, it wasn't TQing. No.
Well, it was close. The guy told me, whoever ran that race, he said
He
to
was-
me, you were damn close to TQ.
He was on the same minute.
I was
You were
on the
doing
same-
okay. You were doing okay.
Exactly, man.
It wasn't a TQ run though.
Why not? I was, well, like Kirby said, I was on the same minute, which is impressive from being 18 years removed.
Hey, where's Gotti? Where's John? John, where are you from? John Marcote.
He's in Florida now, but he used to be from Jersey.
Oh, Jersey. That makes sense. Palomito.
Yep.
Palomito was a Jersey guy.
Yeah, John's saying, I remember Frank Palomito would show up and destroy us at all at our little carpet oval. Which track was that at?
Yeah.
John?
There weren't, geez, I couldn't remember any carpet
Little
oval.
carpet oval. Englishtown had one, right?
Did they? God,
I thought they
don't
had an
remember.
indoor one carpet. It was real tiny.
Justin Doyle said, Dave was telling me how dirt oval back in the day, they were putting silicone on foam tires, and they had a guy on East Coast that figured it out before Custom Works did. And yeah, so there was like a Zeppelin Hobbies. That's not on my radar. Sorry. It's in Jersey.
Oh, Zeppelin Hobbies. I remember that. Yep.
So
I was
like
never
back,
there, but
back in the day, Jason, I don't know if you're familiar with it. Like on a smooth dirt oval track that's super high bite with like literally not even any dust, it would just it would groove up. It would have a blue groove on it. You would make, now you had to do this before, you could do this at track, but you would take a foam tire, put it on in a drill chuck in an arbor, and you would create your own cap tires using silicone, like GE silicone. So it would be like a thin layer of silicone over the foam tire, and you would run silicones. It was just like, I guess it would be equivalent to running slicks in off-road. Like, it's that high bite, you run, the rare occasion, the track, you could run slicks.
So it stuck well to the foam, and
It
then,
was, yes. There was a science behind it, though. Like,
yeah, you probably had to keep it pretty round because you couldn't
Yes.
have, like,
yeah. It had to be nice and smooth, But it would have been the 92 Oval Nationals at Sugar Hill in Georgia, at the Sugar Bowl in Georgia. Dirt tri-oval, kind of flat. There was slight banking to it, but this track was, it was so odd. The races were ran at night because, like, you would basically they would run that show, if you would put it into work terms, like a late second shift into like third shift, because at night the track was That's when it was at its best. It was so weird, but it was what an experience. That was the first nationals I ever raced. Silicone tires, and like you could race. There was guys racing pan cars on that track. Silicone tires, pan cars, bowling pan car TQ
Wow.
stock. Yeah, it was wild, dude. It was so cool. Like it was just so out there. Like you couldn't even put it into terms today. Like it was just, it was crazy.
Yeah. Paul Wynn saying Andy Dobson ran some in an on-road pan car and it was insane, but wasn't allowed.
The Sugar
Damn.
Bowl was neat, dude. That was crazy. Tri-Oval Speedway P-Berg.
In
Phillipsburg.
Jason
there's-
Santos, Tri-Oval Speedway in Phillipsburg.
Phillipsburg is
Near Trains and Lanes.
yeah, is it technically PA or New Jersey? It's like very close there.
It's
Maybe.
New Jersey. It's right on the border. It's literally like
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, Jubert, we don't believe anything you say.
Justin Jubert saying I used to get my foams cut down and siliconed. For what? Raisin? I don't believe Jubert.
For raisins,
Uh,
he's selling a Jeep.
yeah.
Do you want
Is
to
he
buy
selling it?
Jubert's Jeep? I saw it on his
No, I
Facebook
don't want to
the other
buy that. I don't want
day.
to buy that.
Nobody wants to buy. Things probably been
No.
crashed like 10 times.
Jason Santos, there was a small carpet oval in is he talking about the one in Phillipsburg?
I guess so.
Oh, well, Justin Jubert saying in the 90s, all we had was clay oval. So,
Huh.
okay.
Upstate New
Wow.
York, that was what?
So, Jason had to go. I knew he had to go. He had a very important Zoom meeting. So,
My laptop's running dead.
is it?
I might have to like go off camera here and plug it in. I'm gonna
Yeah,
find my
plug it in
cord.
real quick and we'll do another 15 and call it quits here. But I knew he
Wait.
had that important Zoom meeting that he had to get to. So, yeah, 10:30 on the dot. So, yeah, that's what he had to go. John is saying, I remember off-road guys would turn on their radios when oval guys were racing at the Sugar Bowl.
Bro.
Did that happen to you?
Dude, the Sugar Bowl. So I think the way they had the driver stand, the other side was off road. But dude, that track was so sick.
Yeah.
And tri-oval and dirt oval was just not a thing. Like that was pretty early into my like, hey, you're pretty good. You're racing big races. That was my first national I ever went to. Like that was a fucking experience, dude. Like
Right.
so we went, it was summer, so we were off school and shit. And dad, like, you know, thank God he was like, had some pull at his job so he could like, you know, bust out like two weeks in a row or whatever. But so the week before the 92 Dirt Oval Nationals was the 92 Paved Oval Nationals at King in North Carolina. So we drove like late in the week to go down there, watch the Paved Oval Nationals. Rob raced there for that because at that point we were racing with Rob. Like we were
Famous Rob Cutman.
Yeah. We were like, I was his protege. So we went down there to watch the Paved Oval Nationals. That was just mind blowing. Like, holy shit, these guys are incredible. And then we drove down to Georgia to race at the Dirt Oval Nationals. And that was like, you know, back in the day, Trinity was like, that was like, might have been one of their first big races with the Reflex 10 Dirt Oval car.
Oh, wow.
So they were pushing that really big. Like one side of the track was Trinity, and they had Jack Johnson, Kyle Reed. Like they had off-road guys out here to like, you know, to stack the odds and, you know, try to push that Reflex 10. And like on the other side of the track was Custom Works. It was like, it was like something out of wrestling. Like it was just wild.
Yeah, it was a different time. We
if
tried to
you
explain
had-
it.
Like, dude, if we had like smartphones back then, Oh my God. You know, you could document that for forever. It was just so cool. And we also had like at that time we were racing out of R&D Hobbies, which was Rob's hobby shop in Harrisburg. And it was R&D Hobbies was like exclusively dirt oval, like anywhere in the area dirt oval. Those guys would race dirt oval at a high level. And there was a handful of guys that traveled down to Georgia and race there. So like we all pitted together, and it was just like, man, it was just like the camaraderie and shit. It was just awesome. Like those were the freaking glory days.
Yeah.
That shit was so fun. And I'm like, 92, I would have been 14, I guess. Like,
wow.
It was so sick. That was definitely an experience.
John saying it was cool. The banking was so nice.
Yeah, it was slight banking, but it was, you know, there wasn't many outdoor tracks that were banked at all. But at that time, that track was a big dirt oval track.
And it was absolute war between.
It really was. It was like some shit out of the movies. Like here's the good guys, here's the bad guys, rah, you know, like just and then you had like the neutral guys were bowling guys with their fucking pan cars. that could race. You could race a pan car on that track because it was so high bite.
Right.
And of course, you know, the weight limit for dirt oval was, you know, dirt oval cars weighed like, I forget, 3 pounds something. So these pan cars had like lead weight all over them to make weight because they're so light. You know, a pan car is so much lighter. It was just, it was such a weird thing to see pan cars. And one of the locals from like one of the R&D guys, he won the stock class there. Like, you know, back in the day, stock, like, for instance, two-wheel drive stock in buggy off-road.
Right.
Like, that was a pretty big deal to win that. Well, same thing here. This was full 10 scale, full body stock. So which like that stock class had the most amount of entries, and a guy from Harrisburg won it. It was like, holy shit. Like just wow.
Wow.
You know, I traveled down here to Georgia and freaking won. Like that was crazy.
Is there I won't look that up now. I was gonna look it up on YouTube, but does people have videos of that? Of races from there?
And
I know there's some.
That'd be awesome if they would. Jesus. And you know, back in the day, like we did travel with a, you know, little like, what they call it, a dad camera or whatever. We had a camera and we traveled with it and shit. But I couldn't even tell you where those tapes would be.
Yeah.
I actually had I had video. I remember it was 94. It was a velodrome in Indiana. And we traveled out there with Rob. That was the first velodrome race we ever did. That was like, you know, you see him in the magazine, like Dominguez Hills and shit in Cali. And we went out there and raced paved oval on this velodrome. It was freaking sick. But somehow Rob knew, you know, a guy that raced midgets dirt oval by the name of Tony Stewart. And
oh yeah, the
Canada. That was Indiana. That's where I gotta plug this in. Battery saver mode's on.
Go ahead, do what you gotta do.
That's where Tony was from, and he was injured. I forget. He was actually on crutches, so he came over to the velodrome to watch races. We drove out there with our trailer, so like Tony was in the trailer hanging out with us.
Wow.
And I have that on camera somewhere. It was like,
that's cool.
It was before Tony was like
Tony.
Fucking Tony. Yeah. It was pretty sick. And that's where you know, the RC Car Action interview was like, you know, I said Tony was gonna be the next big thing.
Yeah, you did. You predicted that. Right. Oh.
All right, let's see.
Wow, that's crazy. Jason Santos is saying back in the early 90s, he was still in school. I couldn't have dreamed about traveling that much. Thankfully, there was more than enough dirt holes around me. Yeah, but that was a cool thing, though, about back then. It was like traveling to these races. I don't know.
It was, there's no doubt about it. Like, I was very fortunate to be able to do that. Like, there's no doubt about it. But it was, man, those were experiences I'll never ever forget. It was amazing. As like a 14-year-old or what? That was nuts.
Well, dude, you were definitely a legend.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, seriously, like showing up at Roadrunners that time, and everybody, when I walked in, everybody's like, "Yo, Kirby Hand and his brothers here. They're here. They're here. The hands are here."
What was funny is like back in the day, like beating up on these what you'd call them these old guys get pissed, but because I was just a teenager beating their asses. They, some took it well, and some didn't like that one bit. So, it was definitely.
Yeah. Are you coming back on camera, or is that something that just happened?
Give me a sec. No, I turned that
okay.
off. I'm putting my headphones down because I'm plugging I got to plug my laptop in before it dies.
Yeah, we won't go too much longer, but yeah.
Give me a sec.
Yeah, Justin Doyle lost footage. I just wish we had cameras or the phones from today to go back. I just wish we had that stuff back then, just so we can record everything. I mean, we had the big camcorders, but it was quite a pain. And then the stuff that we have on video, we lost it. I mean, dude, I wish I had more photos from like Trinity. I only have like inside the factory itself. I only have that one photo of George Mitchell at the Kinwald Trophy there, and I think I have one other one of. But I wish I would have just went around and took photos. I mean, back then you're like, "Oh, that's corny. Why am I going to take a photo of the motor department?" But just to give an idea of people what it was like, because people ask me like, "What was Trinity like?" and stuff, but. I mean, we had an accounting department. Like when you think about it, like
when you think like, damn, dude, I wish we had smartphones back in that day.
Dude, I seriously wish we did, and just have all those memories because I don't have.
Just hanging out at the apartment.
Hanging out at the apartment would have been great to have all that footage.
Yes.
We just had a great time because neither one of us went to college, but it was like being at college.
Yeah, like, hey, this is what you do after high school. This shit's fun.
Yeah,
just hang out, man.
And unfortunately, I thought it would. Back then, you think, oh yeah, this is never going to end, but
yeah,
it does. And then next thing you know, you don't have anything to
fall back on. Yep.
Fall back on other than talk about it all the time. But Ernie, it's been a year recently that he passed away, and then we lost.
Popped up on my memories the other day.
It's just unreal, and then we lose. Tony P and then Billy Martini, which was a shocker.
Yeah, right. It was like every other year was like, oh Jesus,
the top three at that time are gone. Just gone. It's just. But I had people message me. We were talking about it when Trinity sold to Horizon, and you just think back about it, like they have no idea what Trinity was like in the 90s. Like it was just nuts. Like I said. It was I don't know how many people we employed, but it was definitely a lot. And
let's go with, what do you think? If I had to like 30.
I was going to say I shot out 35 to 40.
35. Yeah. Something like that.
35 to 40. I told Jason, but
an RC car company. Like.
Exactly.
Yeah.
And you had your own accounting department inside the factory.
Yeah.
With 3 people employed. Main accountant. 2 other people.
Yeah.
Just nuts. And the building, it was awesome too. The one in Jersey on Meridian.
36 Edison. Meridian Road, baby.
36 Meridian Road.
Yeah.
732. Now I'm forgetting the phone number.
Do you remember what was her address in Piscataway? Was it Winding? Shit, I forgot.
What, our apartment address?
Yeah.
Oh,
Was
I
it
don't know.
16 or
Yeah, I have
18?
no idea.
Yeah.
I just
got like
remember
a-
my first day at Trinity, I followed Ryan into, I met Ryan somewhere down on, is it 76 that goes to Jersey?
Was it 78?
78. I met him
Yep.
somewhere around there at an exit. Then I followed him into the apartment. I guess you were already in Jersey at the time. So
Yeah.
I don't remember. That's back before GPS. Justin Doyle said David Timmerman mentioned you that night and he was telling stories. I said, I know Kirby now, but in the glory days, I just remember seeing the name and pics in RC car action. He said it was a true family operation. He said Kirby was an amazing driver, but never touched cars. It was all Ryan. He said it was kind of cool to see. Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
But
Uh-oh.
like if we raced, oh Jason, who's this Jason Rona ass? But
What?
like
Jason Rose in the chat.
now he can. I can't be on video, but
Yeah, I'm done with the Zoom meeting, guys.
so Timmerman's dead on. It was a family operation. Like dad, like it was like dad was the team owner because without dad we're not doing nothing. Dad and mom and Ryan. Back when we started, Ryan actually raced too, but we knew the talent. We knew who the real talent was driving, but him and dad were around full scale dirt oval racing like their whole lives. So they were wrenching on wrenching on cars for forever. So it was just natural for him to be the wrench, and he was the wrench. But if we like a paved oval race, entered and raced 10 scale mod and 12 scale mod, 10 scale mod he did everything to the car, everything. But since he was all on the 10 scale, like I would keep up with the 12 scale car. Like I wouldn't tweak it and shit. Like he would do all the adjustments and shit. But I would, if I'd build a diff or whatever, I would change, do all the necessary shit to that just to keep it,
Yeah,
hey,
it's
we're
not like
going
you
out to
couldn't do
practice.
anything.
I gotta get this ready. Yeah. So,
Yeah.
but 10 scale mod was, he, because that was like 2-wheel mod and off road. Like that was the class. But yeah, it was a definite family operation.
Right.
He said Ryan worked so hard. He did. And if there was arcade games at the track, yeah, give me a reason to go play some arcade games. I'm not gonna lie. Because at King had the 3-wheeled Ivan Stewart off-road game.
Oh, Jesus.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Say no more.
I would be there and be like, Ryan, take care of that.
Say no more. Hey,
Let me
know when. I'd be like, how soon are we going to practice? All right, I'll be back then. Yeah. Or like bodies. I would do bodies. I painted bodies and decals and shit. Ryan would cut out bodies. I'd paint them and decal them. Jason, if you're too good to
He's in the chat now.
video, yeah, and now you're in chat. Come on, guy.
He's asking, did we already cover the 96?
You were still here when we were talking shit. What are you talking about?
Yeah. Yeah, and I just remember like at the apartment, Ryan's always sitting there wrenching on the cars for you.
Yeah. But when it came to off-road,
right next to my bed, the green machine.
we'd had the table set up right there, yeah.
Yeah.
But like dad and Ryan were not all about off-road. Like they fuck.
But you enjoyed it. Like you enjoyed
I loved
in.
off-road.
Yeah.
I fucking loved off-road.
But it was almost like you can't race it because you're the oval guy.
Off-road to me was like, all right, this is time to have fun now. No pressure. I'm not expected to do anything. Like this is fucking fun. And I paid attention to the magazines. They could have cared less who was winning the off-road nationals. They didn't give a shit. So like I always paid attention to that shit. So it's like off-road for me was like, it was fucking awesome.
Yeah, it was a nice little break.
Exactly. Anytime
did
we
all your
weren't racing
stuff-
oval, I
Mhm.
was like, I'm going race off-road. I did nobody touched an off-road car but me.
Right. Okay.
I did all that, and my very small stint of touring cars, aka street weapon.
Oh wow.
Yeah. I raced at Englishtown, I think twice. And guess what? I beat the off-road guys.
Damn. Yeah. There's no doubt about it. You can. You're almost like Joel Johnson. That he called you Micro Magic back then.
Micro Magic was my nickname.
Micro
'Cause-
Magic.
Because spoiler alert, I had a fucking flat top in high school, dude.
Yeah. He kind of looked like Joel Johnson's son.
Well, and I had the prescription glasses that were round, so it was like the round prescription glasses had the flat top. Like, yeah, that was like Joel. That was Joel's look.
Yeah.
Matt's
Matt's saying, "Where's Jason?" Jason was on the podcast. He had to dip out.
We don't know, man.
He had a meeting that he warned us about at 10:30, and he left.
Too cool.
Yeah.
Too cool for school. Now Jason, he can't even type anything now.
Yeah, look at this. Blank.
Nothing.
John saying he raced a street weapon in Dalton,
Dude.
Georgia. My deepest sympathies to you, John.
Yeah, man. How could one car? It was so crazy how one car could be such a piece of shit, but with like, I mean, the amount of work they had to put into that car to go win nationals with the best drivers. Like they'd go win nationals. But like,
Yeah, that wasn't a problem.
Jesus, it was such a. Remember those spring? Trinity came out with a yellow powder coated spring and a purple
Congo
powder-coated
Springs.
spring. Dude, those things were. How did the suspension even work? That's how stiff those springs were. It was
I
Congo
know.
spring. There you go. Say no
The
more,
Congo Springs. Yep.
bro. Like you're what the. That thing was wild.
But you guys
But-
ran them, and then they sold the hell a lot of those, man.
Oh
Jesus.
my god, dude.
God, we sold those left and right.
You know what? Once in a while, when like Grabowski will hit me up on occasion, you know, we'll bullshit like very, very, you know, a couple times a year, and he'll be like, "Dude, the coolest car I ever saw was your street weapon," because I had, you know, in the non-critical areas, I had the blue aluminum cap heads or flat heads or whatnot. And yes, I stole this from Kinwald, but with an X-Acto painstakingly at the Trinity Apartments, cut out of fluorescent yellow vinyl, a tiny circle to put inside those cap heads and flat heads. So they're blue anodized screws with fluorescent yellow vinyl in the hex head. Like, and the street weapon had a lot of them. But you know what? It did look sick.
It was well worth it. Yeah, well
Yeah.
worth it.
I'm not winning with it, but dude, it's the fastest looking still car ever. And I had the old Dodge Stratus, baby.
I drive a Dodge Stratus.
I drive a Dodge Stratus.
I'm in charge of 25 people.
It's just so funny how that body became to be like, you got to have this body. Because if you don't have it, you're just not going to win. Your car is going to suck.
And that was because of the downforce it created.
Who the fuck knows, dude? That thing, it had to be the front end. The front end was so big, like it. Dodge Strat, like I bet there was people like, you know, people in Europe like with like cool touring car bodies probably saw that Dodge Stratus and like, what the hell are these guys are running Dodge Stratuses? What the hell is this all about? That was actually a pretty cool game I had on the PS1 back in the day. It was some touring car game that we raced. That was sick.
Oh, yeah. Forget the name of it now.
I couldn't, gun to my head, I'd never pull that out. Never. I don't even remember what the hell the name of that game would have been.
Well, we're going to do some binging here.
Jason Congo. Those springs were so ugly too. I mean, well, yeah. I mean, they picked purple and yellow, Trinity colors. So,
Okay.
well, that and they were thick as shit because you could probably put them on a real car and they'd be operational. Jason never answered. Matt says this question. So I'm asking you guys, what happened to the J Concepts interview model girls? That's a really good question. Jason.
He's in the chat.
Toka touring car. Adam Rails nailed it. Toka touring car. Yep.
Yep.
Toka.
There it is. That's what I said. He stole the answer from me.
Justin Doyle, East Coast Motors and Trinity, best oval motors back then. I'll put it like this. East Coast was the best oval motors. And if you had Jim Dieter working on your Trinity motors, it was,
The best.
Yeah, it was a toss up there. But Timmerman, dude, he was just so good. And it was such a small operation. Like, his stuff was so fucking good. He had and I don't know, I have no clue where he got the brush compounds and stuff, but his brushes, like other motor tuners would run his brushes because they were so good. It was just, his shit was on point.
It's cool he's still around.
Yeah, he got into, what's funny? Like, he got out of racing and he got into mountain biking. This was dude,
right up your alley.
This was like a decade, 2 decades ago. He got into mountain biking, and I was like, "What?" I never saw that one coming. And I guess he had like a background in doing cabinetry and shit. I have no clue what he's up to these days, but I guess he's back racing and stuff. So that's pretty awesome.
Justin saying he was telling me he had employees, but he would hand wind all the motors himself all the way until when he closed the doors. Yeah,
he hand wound everything. That's a fact. He didn't, and it was a small operation. Like, employees, maybe like another guy and like his wife helping out. Seriously,
right.
That was it.
That's
Super
awesome.
small operation. Yeah.
So how did he get a hold of you? Like, how did that happen? Your alliance?
That was through Rob.
Okay.
Yep. And I don't know, because obviously in the Carolinas he was big. East Coast Racing Motors. He was based out of. He had a house in, I don't even know how far, Lake. So it was Lake Norman and Lake Wiley. Justin Doyle can help me out here. There's a big lake. One of Lake Norman, I think, is the big lake. But he had like a double wide trailer. Now that sounds like hickish, but it was a very, it was a double wide, really nice trailer that he ran the East Coast operation out of. That was right on the lake. Yeah, there you go. Yeah, so this was near Lake Wiley. So he had, he had a dock and a boat and jet skis. That's the first time I ever jet skied was when I was down at East Coast for like 2 weeks. Yeah, it was pretty cool. So yeah, little operation out of North Carolina that, was comparable to any motors I've ever ran.
Damn.
Yeah, but that was all Rob.
Rob Cutman. Jason Santos is saying, I have some of those East Coast brushes that you had to reshape the springs.
I don't know what that means. But yeah. So like the Enduro races back in the day with the quick change battery systems, you'd race for like, I don't know, 40 minutes or so. He had a brush called it was an R17 brush. It was actually the off-road brush to run because you didn't need like a fast motor in off-road, obviously. But if you race an Enduro, the R17 brush was like, that was it. You had to have the old R17s, or you either had a really like a good fast brush that just wouldn't last an Enduro, and this was a brush that performed well, but it would easily last an Enduro. Okay, Santos says they were like an L-cut brush. I got it. Yes. Yep. Got it. Now I follow Santos. It was an L-cut brush, and you had to make sure that was against the hood. So you had to reshape the springs. Got it. Yeah, back in the day when you had to tune a freaking motor.
Yeah, I don't think they're doing that anymore.
Yeah,
From what
I
I
remember,
hear.
like, drilled brushes and serrated brushes.
Drilling a hole in the middle.
Yep. Like, I remember guys went to the extent of you drill a hole in the middle, and then guys would plug that hole with cotton and put com drops on the fucking cotton.
Yep, I remember that, dude. They do.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then you go to the line with guys would do, and I'm sure Barnhart did this. You would take, like, well, obviously the bump box, but you would, right on the line, you would freeze your motor on the line, like inverted air can, like a spray air can.
Yep.
You turn upside down and basically like shoot it on your motor so it'd be cold as shit to help battle the heat by the end of a 4-minute race.
Right. We had to worry about runtime back then.
Yeah, 4 minutes, dude.
Dude, it's so crazy now. Man.
Yeah, they didn't have to worry about any of this shit these days. Yes, Doyle, General Construction. Yeah, he had something to do with the Jason. What?
Battle the heat.
Can we ban this guy?
I could. Jason is banned. Gone.
Talk days, the ban hammer.
The ban hammer. I had full control of that. I'd get in trouble for stuff that was posted at 3 a.m. from California. And I wake up and Ernie'd be like, hey, how come you... Gotti, how come you didn't take that post down? Well, I was like, well, because it happened at 3 a.m. our time, 12 a.m. California time.
Bud hollow brushes. Yeah, Bud's racing products, dude. I ran for Bud's. I had a Bud 100% sponsorship because his wings were really good. That's what I ran, the wings. I remember by the time we were done racing, Mike Boylan he made wings. They were called Thunder Wings. And the Bud's wings were like, I don't know, there was like the panel, like the side dams were like kind of, I'll use air quotes, welded to the main part of the wing. So you really had to put either pop rivets, the plastic pop rivets, or plastic bolts through. But whatever Boylan was doing, the side dams he had they held up much better, and we ran those wings at 1.2. Random note.
Jason. Oh, I thought I banned him. Jason Rona says he cut brushes in the Reedy department. All right, next.
Yeah.
I'm sure he cut them all right.
Yeah, I bet. Still wouldn't touch an East Coast motor, Bud.
Justin Doyce, I remember going on Tech Talk and searching for Adam Drake Stadium Truck setup post. Yes, I believe I remember that on there.
Remember when it was forums back in the day? God, that was so huge.
Yeah. And Tech Talk was like the place to go. Well, that and the other one.
Phantom. Was it Phantom?
Phantom. Yep, Phantom.
And I don't even know why. Phantom, like, I don't know. They hopped up. They had an opportunity and they hopped on it. Like, hey,
were they the first ones? Phantom or RC
like
Tech? Maybe that's still around. I don't know.
And Phantom was like a small motor company. Like,
yeah.
Why do these guys have a forum? What the hell?
I had their dyno, the Phantom dyno. That was a thing to have.
Dude, if you didn't have a Phantom dyno or the Robitronics bad boys, if you didn't have those racing oval, you weren't winning. Period.
Yeah.
You had to have that and a laptop and shit, or you weren't doing shit. But when we switched from we were running Associated in East Coast to when we went to the dark side, it was the the forums were pretty lit up. And at this point, this would have been 96 or 7, I guess. Dude, we didn't have an internet or like a PC. So all the shit that was being talked and all the discussions, we were hearing it, like from other people and
Right.
word of mouth and shit, because we didn't have internet. So that was wild times.
When you switched.
Yeah, when we
Is that what you're
switched,
saying?
because
Yeah.
there was some shit talking going on, of course.
Yeah.
Because we went to the dark side.
Yeah. And I remember when you
'Cause-
did that too, because I was at
Because it was
Mount
a full
Joy.
like it was like, we ran Jaco, Associated, East Coast. Like it was switched many things. And Tekin, ran for Tekin at that time, so had a Novak deal too. Like it was pretty big. It was a pretty big move. So there was some haters and shit talkers.
So I
But
was
we couldn't
really
even defend it because we're like, wait, they're
Yeah,
talking about us? What the hell?
Yeah. What are they? How do I get on there now?
Yeah. Remember
I don't
we
have a
had
computer. Sorry.
what the hell was it? When we went down to the Trinity Apartments on the TV net. What the hell was that?
Oh,
called?
Web TV.
Web-
Web TV. Yeah. We had Web TV set up there.
I remember when Web TV, I'm like, dude, this is so cool.
Yeah, it's not going to get any better than
This
this.
is sick.
Right.
Why would you want a computer, man?
Yeah,
put
you
it on
just
your
have a Web TV right away. You're on the internet.
Yeah, this is sick.
So I was like the
Phantom
early
fax
adopter.
machine, yes.
What's that?
Justin Doyle said that the dyno is called the
Yeah.
Phantom fax machine.
Right. Yeah. Tom Barnhart actually was the one that convinced me to get one also, which made no sense because we were racing in the same place. Why would I need to get one when I just give my motor to you? You know what I mean? I don't know. It was a waste of money, really.
Thanks, Barnhart.
Barnhart. He's
He
down
fell-
in Florida now.
He
So.
fell for it. Yeah, he's in Florida. I see that.
Yeah, he used to live in Selinsgrove, and now he's down in the Florida area, and he's trying to rub it in every time with this post. Hey, I'm over here. I'm over here. I'm like, whatever,
Jeez,
dude. I don't
How
care.
could you? Why would you want to leave Selinsgrove and go to Florida?
Yeah, I don't know.
I bet he don't wear jeans.
So what I was gonna say
Bet he ain't
about the
wearing
internet?
jeans, Jason.
The internet. We were talking about Web TV. I forget what I wanted to say about that.
Probably the Playboy channel.
So anyway, when you were right before you switched to Trinity, I think I was in. Hey, Jason Santos, you'll love this. I was in Pit Stop Hobbies in Mount Joy, Pennsylvania, and Kirby was racing off road. And I believe it was the day before you switched because I think it was on a Sunday or Saturday or Sunday. I was there, and then that following Monday, that's when the news broke that you switched. You wouldn't tell me exactly what you were doing, but you hinted to me when we went to Burger King. I remember it clear. I don't know why I remember this shit from back then.
Weird. Yep. Weird stuff
But-
sticks in your head like that.
Yeah, we rode to Burger King, and I was asking you about Trinity and stuff. Like, when, would you ever switch over? And you just kind of hinted that you were going to. And that Monday morning, the freaking news broke, and I was like, "That bastard didn't tell me when I was when I was ordering my Whopper."
I remember that. I still have, and I don't. It's got to be on Facebook somewhere, because at that race, Rob was there. And
Yep, Rob Cummins was
at
there.
That point, Rob was all Trinity out. He was working for Trinity, and he was racing that day.
Yeah.
And I was racing it would have been a RC10T,
Which I have photos of still.
2 or 3. Yeah, there's photos somewhere.
I have them. I have
Video.
photos of you and your truck,
Okay.
your car. Remember, I
That
posted
was
them in
a
our
sick
chat.
paint job. Yeah, it was. My paint job was fluorescent yellow, fluorescent blue, fluorescent pink.
Yeah, it was awesome looking. It had the BSR
And
logo on it.
Yeah, I have a fucking Cap Tire paint car sponsor, and I'm running their logo on my fucking off-road truck. That's what I'm talking about.
Exactly.
Before I painted that body, I laid out the decals on the clear body, and then ran the pinstripes and decided the paint job around the decals.
It was sweet
Yeah,
looking.
it was a pretty good looking truck. Yeah.
Yeah, I have photos. I'll post them up on the Facebook page.
Yes, I'd love to see them.
Yeah.
Yep, had a Turbo 30. I actually had 2.
Yeah.
Fucking Burger King breaks down barriers. No secrets can be kept.
Yeah. It was funny though.
That is pretty funny, dude. Yeah, I remember like
So I
that
remember
might have been
broke-
like the last push there, Rob. Like, you know.
Yeah, Rob was there. Was he there to get you to sign, or was
Probably-
it just happening? Rob was there at the same time.
It was probably motives there. Yeah.
I mean, did he say to you like, "Hey, Kirby, come to this race today"? And it was kind of like, did you guys talk at that race about signing, or
Oh, I'm sure we talked. Yeah. Like,
because
there was-
Ernie obviously sent
There was a whole lead up to that for sure.
right? So did you have to go to Trinity and meet or like talk to Ernie about it? Before?
No, I don't think no. But there was stuff mailed back and contract signed and stuff because I got a little bit of pay from Trinity, and when I went to Trinity, Novak was also involved, so I got a little bit of money from Novak and Trinity to race for him at that point.
Right.
So yeah, that was like, I mean, think about it, racing oval that time and getting paid to do like, what the fuck? That's crazy.
Yeah,
Like,
it was nuts.
what? I'm like 19.
But that's when Ernie wanted to relaunch TRC. He wanted you to be the face of it. You and your brother. And
Those were the days.
yeah, man. I could just relive those days over and over.
They're fun, man. They're definitely awesome. Pit stop hobbies, dude. That track was sick. I remember when they had an over and under because it was like the bridge was made out of 2x4s and some metal screen. But it was like, dude, they always had a sick track layout. That place was awesome. Jim Stout, dude.
Jim Stout. So Jim's not around anymore over there.
I'm wondering what Jim's up to or what the deal is there. Yeah.
Yeah, Santos could.
Yeah, maybe Santos knows. Jim Stout. He would have been Jim Stout Jr. He was
on the track. Yep.
On the track, ran the track, like local, super fast guy in off road, like and a guy in a wheelchair, like
yeah.
And on top of that, like he always ran Schumacher. He ran an off brand, and he was always battling for wins, like. And he was like the nicest dude ever. Yep. Pit stop. Crazy.
Matt saying he loved the Novak speed controls and receivers. The orange cases were iconic.
Kind of ugly though. God damn.
The orange.
The orange.
Didn't you guys take the case off and just heat shrink it?
I know for receivers we did, and maybe even for like. If we did, it was for 12 scale to save weight. Yeah, but I remember Novak came out with a Mercury receiver, which was like chrome.
Dude, I was just gonna say I was looking through the old car actions.
All right, dude, it's not bright orange. That's pretty cool looking. Yeah,
it was cool looking, dude, and I bought that receiver too. I had that.
And as far as you couldn't get better than the transmitter factory. Receiver, but that Mercury that thing was good. Like I remember there was some, Novak and even Tekin receivers kind of glitchy, but that Mercury was pretty darn good.
I had the receiver. I had no issues. Was there a clear one at one time? I do not recall that.
True. If they did, it was after my day. Adam Rail said it dyed Novak stuff black. That's probably a great idea. Because that orange was just an eyesore, dude.
Mm-hmm.
But I get it. Like, that was their brand, so.
Dig this. I had a Novak servo once.
I never had a servo. I heard they sucked.
Oh, it was terrible.
Dude. I heard they were the worst.
I had to get rid of it right away. It was really bad.
But if you're on a Novak, you're like, yo, I'm going to put 3 orange bricks in there, dude.
Bright orange servo.
Yes, sir. Pavitas.
Mark Pavitas in the chat? Now watch Jason want to pop in now.
No, Jason's banned.
Yeah, Jason he left, Mark, so he had to go to bed. But BK wrapped his aluminum foil once to screw with people. It worked.
Of course. He could have probably put like a hamburger bun on his speed control or some shit, and people are going to try it.
A hamburger bun.
Absolutely. Pavitas.
Yeah,
Oh,
Pavita.
gee, thanks. Thanks, guy. Glad we could.
Yeah. This
You
is
know.
what our Fridays become. What do you?
Yeah.
Friday night.
This is your Friday at 7. This is my Friday at 11 p.m.
Yeah. Oh shit! Is it 11?
It's 11:10.
Holy! It's 11:11 right now. I guess you make a
Yeah.
wish at 11:11. I wish this podcast would end.
Oh, so somebody up here. Who that? Oops. Who was it? What the heck? What I tackle? Get out of here. Clear. Okay. Somebody mentioned up here.
What's that? Oh, Justin Doyle with the. So when did
Yeah,
you
Matt.
and Max flirt?
So when did
Cross paths.
so? So it was cross paths with his dad because Jake raced.
Yeah,
Jake
so
raced.
so for the audio listeners, Doyle was asking. So when did Max Flirt and Kirby cross paths at Trains and Lanes, or was it at Trains and Lanes?
So it was we crossed paths with Jake because Jake was racing dirt oval, and I remember the first time I was ever Trains and Lanes. It was some '92 dirt oval regional race out there, but we raced against Jake. Jake was always a Trinity guy, and Jake was always fast. But in those days, Max's older brother Ben, who didn't race, was like, he'd tag along sometimes, and he was like, he would have been like 12, maybe not even. And then Max was like, Christ, Max would have been like 10 tagging along at races. So Max was like he was a child at some of these races. That's
That's crazy.
Yeah, but Max was always by Jake's side at these races. Ben was there once in a while, but Max was usually always there. Yeah.
And Trains and Lanes still kicking, man.
TNL. Still there?
He just says we're killing it. Thank you.
Thank you. Funny enough, it got better once Jason left. I don't know.
It's funny because
you tell us.
Yeah, right. The last episode we were doing that 99 issue, Mark, and it had your wedding photo in there.
Oh shit!
Then yeah,
you gotta go listen to that episode, Pavitas.
Yeah, well, no, you could go back and you can see the photo of it, and
Jason. You know what was funny? So I said I listened to this episode, and Jason was talking about the wedding, and he said, he named the wedding party, and Jason was like, "Oh, I was a groomsman. Is that what it's called? Like,
bride?
Yes, Jason.
Bride.
It's called a groomsman." And then he's like, "Isn't there 5? Wasn't there 5 in a like?" Jason almost thought like it's a set number of groomsmen, like. No, dude, it's whatever they decide. Because my one buddy's wedding, they had like 9 bridesmaids. It was like, holy fuck, dude.
What the?
It
9?
was Heisy's wifey.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Because she wanted a big wedding, dude, and it was a fucking big wedding.
Wow.
Yeah, it was quite the crew. But yeah, Max was. Yeah.
Max was Jason's saying Max was probably 5 and 6 in 1992. He was a little guy when I started in 91.
Yeah, he was. I don't want to say a baby, but Jesus, Max was tiny. I have a picture somewhere. It pops up in memories once in a while from an indoor carpet track called Lugnut Raceway in PA. I forget.
I was there with you.
It was a fucking street spec race, yeah. And Max is in those pictures, yeah.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, he is. Yeah,
I know that was in car action, so I can go back and look at that.
Yes, it was in car action, and I had a backwards hat on, and I was wearing jeans. I was wearing jeans, Jason.
Jason Rona style.
I feel old. All these kids coming up. Pavita says, "Yeah, dude." Like, I remember the first time I saw like Max was like, "Oh, he's fast, and he's really fast in off road too." I'm like, "Whoa." I didn't see that coming. Just because, son of Jake, who only races oval.
Right.
I was just like, oh, shit, that's wild. Quakertown, Santos. That's probably right. Yes.
Let's see if we could find this for our buddy Mark Pavitas.
Pavitas, you're gonna look at this and you're gonna like it.
Yeah. Open your eyes.
It's like Clockwork Orange when they have his eyes peeled open at the end.
There it
There it
is.
is. Next to Rona.
How awesome is that?
Pavitas says, please. Look at Rona. God, he doesn't even look like, I mean, that doesn't even look like the same person.
I know. It's weird, isn't it, man? Jeez. He was 20, 21 there.
Dude, do you think he's like he got kidnapped and an alien took over his identity? Maybe.
That's a great possibility.
I'm surprised he doesn't have an Oakley hat on.
Yeah. Does he say anything here about no, never mind. I thought he would say something about up and coming. You know, well, what year was this? 99? Yeah.
Send him, Pavitas. Please do.
Pavitas says I have some old photos in my archive to send you guys.
We live for the old shit, dude.
That's all I live for.
We're all about the glory days. We're just trying to keep them, like, you know, stay alive and never die.
And that's the original idea with this podcast back then was like Radio Impound.
Yep.
Which nobody does anymore.
Yeah.
And we were just going to do the interviews with the people that we know from back then and end the podcast. That was it. It was like, once we run through the interviews, we're done.
We're like, okay, we ran out of people to talk to.
Yeah, because we're not going to talk about the current stuff. But then Jason joined, and now he talks about the current stuff.
We don't know shit about the current stuff.
No, nothing. Yeah. So there you go, Mark. That's you, buddy, right there.
Doogie Howser, but dumber.
Hey, Mark, on the on that episode that we did with the night, we looked back at the '99 car action. Somebody mentioned that you look older in that photo. Photo. It's getting too late now.
You know what, dude?
You look older in that photo than you do now.
He's absolutely right. Like, despite Pavitas being bald right now, he's definitely not showing his age.
Way younger, yeah.
It must be the miles on the bike.
Absolutely. Probably is.
So there's the Strava app, and Pavitas is very active on there as very recently. But like these guys in fucking Cali, they'll be like, lunch ride. Lunch ride. You don't work. None of these guys work. What the hell? How's everybody doing a lunch ride every day? God,
yeah, like how long's lunch?
I know. How long is lunch? You got like an hour and a half ride in. What the hell? Who got RC car tattoos? Oh my God. I hope whoever did it is regretting it. I guarantee. So right above that, Pavitas says how many years have we been doing it?
So
12? 2012? I don't remember.
2012 we started.
11?
Yeah. Or was it 13? No, 2012.
It would have been 12 because
in the middle of 2012 though. So
was that the off-road? Was the gas nets we went to 12 or 13? Had to be 13 then, because it was like a year in, right?
And I don't know. Too many chair shots of that.
Yeah. If that guy Jason
2012. It was the Nats 2012.
Well, then maybe we started in 11. Whew, competition plus, dude.
What really hurts me is I have no idea what happened. I think I just got hacked or something on those. Remember, I lost a lot of those episodes and I had to repost them.
Yes,
because I went into Podbean which is a crazy name, Podbean, still around. But anyway, went in there and all the shows were gone. Remember that? That was like years ago. And I'm like, what? And then I contacted the them, and they were helping me out. And they ended up just saying I was hacked,
compromised.
So I did some throwback episodes to throw them up there, but man, does it make me upset. I lost a lot of those first 100 episodes.
I remember Max was our first guest.
Yeah, Max Floor.
Yeah. He's Justin Doyle, road bikes can do a lunch ride. Yeah, you know what, dude? Here's what I think about road bikes and gravel for that matter. If I had a choice between road biking and no biking, it would be no biking, because that just does not seem fun to me at all. Like riding on the road, it just seems like a bore. Like I have so much fun in the woods and, you know, jumping shit and zipping around and blowing out burn. Like that is just, when I think about, hey, I could go road bike, right? No, put a gun in my head right now, because I'm not doing it. Pavita says I have tons of Competition Plus magazines. Dude, remember those magazines? Like, man.
Yeah. Well, that was the magazine to get, though, if you want to enter the race somewhere.
Right.
Because they always had the entry forms for some reason in that magazine.
Yeah,
Car
so
Action.
it's like affiliated with Roar, because they had the Rev Up magazine was the exact same paper stock as Competition Plus.
Right.
Because the pages were like thick as hell. Like,
yeah,
like you think of the quality of production between RC Car Action and Competition Plus. I mean, it wasn't even close.
Yeah.
But some of those Competition Pluses, like, they did like some local stuff that would never show up in an RC Car Action. So in that aspect, it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
Kirby,
you had to use two hands to turn a page with Competition Plus. It was so heavy.
You had to pay for extra shipping on those bad boys. Kavita's a big Padres fan.
Is he? Okay, Kirby, did you see my Padres stick to
Ohtani? He's a Japanese for Gotti not being a baseball guy. So Gotti, this Ohtani Japanese dude, he is like, he's an absolute unicorn when it comes to baseball. He's a pitcher that is amazing, but he is, last I checked, leading the league in home runs. He's a pitcher that bats. And bats like kills it. He's a fucking freak show, dude.
So, okay. Yeah, I don't watch baseball, but I know that pitchers don't hit home runs.
Right. So, like, some people compare him to Babe Ruth. It's like, no, Babe Ruth didn't even do this. He's a freak show. And I think his contract is up this year after this year with the Angels. So he's really going to get paid by somebody. The rumors are swirling Dodgers or Giants. It'll be interesting to see where he goes. But the guy is sensational. And he's a New Balance athlete.
Oh.
Yes. Big New Balance. And that was of this year. Like, New Balance just signed him. Like, they got logos all over that dude.
Wow.
Yeah. It's pretty cool. It's pretty wild.
Matt's saying, checking in from YouTube, by the way. Road bike clothing is a unique fashion. What's so unique about that?
It's all spandex, dude.
No.
Yeah.
Yep. No, thank you.
Better stuff some socks.
Matt's also saying Competition Plus had great picks of cars from races.
Yeah, there was definitely some some aspects that, you know, RC Car Action was just too big that you would never see some of that shit in RC Car Action. But Competition Plus had a regional race. Oh, there's my name in it. You know, I had results from regional races and stuff. So that was pretty cool. But I just remember the first thing I think of, like the binding. There was no binding on a Competition Plus mag. You know, it just came to a V. It wasn't like a square binding like a RC Car Action. But dude, those pages were like, shit was like
they could stop a bullet.
It was like posters. Yeah, dude. Just, you wouldn't even need a flat jacket. Just put that down your shirt, dude. You're safe.
You want to correct Corey Jordan here. He says New Balance is old man shoes. He obviously doesn't know.
You don't know. You don't know, brother.
You do not know.
The amount of sick New Balance shoes that if you would go on their site and look at all the different shit, it's the quality of their stuff is just, it is freaking legit. And comfort wise, they don't own the game, but as far as baseball goes, their market share in baseball is freaking insane. That's all I wear for softball is New Balance cleats.
And we're Adidas fans.
They're the fucking, and yeah. I have some Adidas cleats, but man, just the New Balance cleats are just too good.
Wow.
And they came out with a So like one of their older silhouette shoes, the 574, is like a classic New Balance like running shoe. And they came out with, actually that was the first when they signed Ohtani. It was a baseball cleat in using the 574 silhouette. So it's like that classic suede running shoe, but it's a baseball cleat. I have a pair. They're pretty sick.
Yeah, you sent a photo through. Yeah.
Yeah. They're $140, but they're sick.
But that's not bad though.
No, and then you know, Nike has shit like that will fall apart in
200.
Yeah,
I don't know. I don't mind paying $150 for sneakers.
Well, here's what, like, they're run of the mill. I don't want to say run of the mill, but like you can buy their top level cleats for $80. But then they came out with these special like 574 cleats. It's the same cleat, but it's, hey, look at this. This is new. $140.
You gotta love it.
And I had to have them. Like, they look cool.
Yeah.
Steroids in baseball is upsetting. I just say let it go, because name a bigger time in baseball than
Mark
Barry
McGwire.
Bonds, Mark McGwire, Sammy Sosa. Baseball was never bigger than that battle of home runs.
It was awesome.
It was fucking amazing. And people that weren't even into baseball were like, oh shit, I got to tune in because the home run record might be broken tonight. There was a really good 30 for 30 or an E60 on it. It was great. Bring it back, dude. Bring it back.
They look like Incredible Hulk, like at the freaking plate.
Oh my God.
It's like cartoon characters. It was just insane.
You look at like
Comic
Barry Bonds with the Pirates in his first few years in the MLB, and then you look at Barry Bonds in his last few seasons in the Giants. It's a different human. Like, it's huge. And same thing with McGwire. Like, what the hell? These guys are crazy.
Yeah.
I would say yes. I would say Adderall would definitely be performance enhancer for RC. Adderall.
Really?
Yeah.
Maybe that's what these older guys are doing, like Mayfield.
Could be.
There's nothing in the Roar handbook or anything about that, or IFMAR about using Adderall.
There's no doping testing. Because I think was it when James Stewart got a ban for 2 years from racing dirt bikes because, I'll make this real quick. He pissed hot for Adderall and he didn't have his exemption. Like, he had a doctor's, prescription for it, but he didn't have his exemption like correctly.
I remember reading about this. Yeah.
And there was guys like, I've heard accounts on some podcasts saying like, hey, the first time I did Adderall was like, holy shit, now I know why people take Adderall. Because, apparently like you can focus, it's a noticeable gain in like clarity, mental clarity and focus and shit. So yeah, I would say Adderall would be a big one there. I don't think it's going to help you, Doyle. Hey-o!
I know I can beat Doyle in a race.
Yeah, you got this.
No disrespect.
I'm going to use my eyelids. Let's see. I didn't drive. I'm trying to think of the last time I drove an RC car. I think I quit in like 99. And I might have, I think I took some laps on a short course.
Yeah, it was when we were down at
LCRC.
No, we were at Motorama. I think it was 2012. We went down to that February freeze at
I
mean, you didn't race, but you just ran around. What track was that right next to Motorama?
Yeah.
They always had that race where
Jesus.
Cutman was at. And it was called the February freeze, right?
Yeah, dude, I'm drawing a blank. I remember we went there.
Yeah, and Cutman and all the guys were there from Custom Works. And
yeah. Wow, that's gonna really drive me crazy. Bumps and jumps. There you go.
Bumps and jumps. There you go. Thank you, Jason.
Well, at least
Santos.
some Jason's paying attention. Yeah, I think I drove. Somebody was like, "Yo, just drive." Like, I forget who the hell it was. Somebody from back in the day was like, "You gotta drive this." I'm like, man, I don't know if I should drive that, dude. I haven't driven in like 2 decades. Then I drove it, and
Yeah. Pavita's good catching up, guys. Have a good weekend. Yeah, thanks for dropping in, Mark.
yeah,
Appreciate it. We
thanks.
should
Yes.
get him back on the podcast. Is
We
he
got a
still
celebrity
relevant? I
in
don't know.
here. What?
I said, should we get him back on the podcast? I don't know. Is he still relevant?
Well, maybe he could. Mark, what do you remember about the 96 Nats that Jason blew?
Yeah.
Mark, what? Why weren't you a top runner at the 96 Nats? What happened?
Dude, I wonder if we should get him on. I wonder how much he remembers from that, because I'd love to get him on for that.
Fuck yeah,
for the
dude,
96
that'd be great.
for the 96 car action
Yeah.
I keep wanting to say episode, man. It's driving me crazy, man. It's getting late at night here, bro. I'm tired.
Well, it would be the episode of.
Yeah, it would be the
car.
episode of the 96 car action. Should get Pavitas on and just talk about, since we can't get Bing on because he's got like
yeah,
he's too busy to, it's like,
he's got you would think he had 46 kids, but just can't make time.
Well, part of it's I'm part to blame though, because I'm always like, the one day I was like, hey, it's Sunday, I'm thinking about recording, you want to come on? He's like, dude, I need at least a 2-day notice. I'm like, oh, okay, sorry. Then I gave him a week notice and he still didn't make it.
Like, dude, we're old roommates, man.
Yeah,
We're
come on, Bing,
bro.
Nah, we'll eventually get him on. We love Bing. Jason Santos, everybody's checking out, so I think we're gonna be checking out soon too. But this has been fun, dude. I can talk about this stuff all night, man.
Yeah. Bench racing, dude.
Justin Doyle, I'm gonna set up a GoFundMe. Gonna need someone to build your car and buy it because I know you won't touch it. And then probably someone to come to your house and drive you there. I'm gonna set up a GoFundMe. Gonna need someone to build your car. What do you need to GoFundMe for?
Yeah, dude, just show up with a car for him. That's yeah.
Yeah, just have her. Well, I don't want Doyle to build it though. No disrespect. Those guys know we love them. All right. Bartel from New Jersey. Just got off the track. Friday Night Lights under the lights at Overcast. Can't believe you guys are on again.
Dude, I can't.
Yeah, we were on earlier. Jason was on for about an hour. He had an important meeting to go to, and now he's probably sleeping. So you could rewind the show and listen to that or watch.
Dude, can you imagine racing under the lights outside in this shit?
I can't remember the last time I did that, but it was probably early 90s down in Bloomsburg. We used to race on a Saturday night. So I would work at my uncle's hardware store, try and get out of there by 5, run to Bloomsburg, and race until 11, 12.
Damn.
It was a Saturday night. And we used to get a lot of people show up there for that, actually. Like, it was back when RC was alive and well around this area. Brian Roeder raced there. We always race every Saturday night, man. I try to get there by 6 because that's when we started kicking off. And
wow,
man, the memories of that was a great time.
Well,
but you can't get
when we started racing, like, it was basically our after backyard bashing. It's like, hey, there's a dirt oval track out by this mall, and they raced in the evenings. And it was a small dirt oval track, and it was RC 10s that were shortened and narrowed with a Eastern Dirt modified body on it, running dirt oval, because that was gigantic in the area. And it was stop and go racing. No lap counters, everything counted by hand. Under the lights, it was cool. It was so cool. And there's somewhere I have like old photos of our pits out there, like a card table. It's like a card table, and that's it.
You gotta find this stuff, dude.
Yeah, I gotta look for them. They're somewhere.
So yeah, the last time I probably raced under lights was like 93, 4.
Oh wow.
It was so much fun. I love night racing. Oh, okay. Jason Santo, he was saying later to Mark Pavitas. I'm still awake racing.
Doyle-
John
Doyle
Bolton saying
left.
race that night's best ever. Yeah, absolutely.
I remember. So this goes back to that. Hey, I spent like 2 weeks in North Carolina the one time, and I raced
The one
Timmerman.
night.
Timmerman raced off road, and it was an off road race under the lights, and there was a section of the track where it was a short straightaway, but it went away from you in a straight line. You know what I'm saying? Like, not like, oh, it's, it was a short section that went away from you. And I remember, like, I had issues with like depth perception, and at that point it was like, shit, maybe I might need glasses. Like, I can't really. It was hard for me to tell where to turn and shit.
Right.
And I like after that I was fucking wearing glasses, and then went to contacts. But yeah, I remember, like, it was at that point I was like, that really like exploited how bad my eyesight was.
You're like, oh damn.
Yeah. Doyle, was that King? It might have been King. I forget, man. Jesus, that was like, fuck. That was like 95.
So John Bolton races at the Hobby Haven in Iowa. And I don't know if I'm always talking about that track, but it's a track that's something from back in the early 90s. Like,
Oh,
just
really?
a
Like
very
you
simple
get that
track.
vibe. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's cool because the hobby shop is right there and track's right there.
Okay. Yep.
And it's like in a shopping center type thing.
Got you.
But it's outdoors and it just looks cool.
I might have seen pictures of this.
Yeah, you had to, because I'm always bragging about it. I'd love to get out there and just, because it would just throw you back to the 90s for sure. It's nothing complicated. It's just a jump, around the tree. There's like a tree you just go around it. It just looks cool. Like Jason said on the pod once, it looks very inviting.
Mm-hmm.
And they have the lights and they have a YouTube channel, Iowa. I think it's Iowa Tracks or something like that on YouTube. And they'll put up the races up there, and sometimes they're live, I believe. And yeah, I don't know. When I feel like being nostalgic, I just put it on and just let it play all the races that they put up. It's pretty cool because it reminds me exactly of the track that we raced at in Bloomsburg.
You know the best thing to come out of Iowa? George Kittle.
Oh, wow.
That's
really?
where he went to college.
Damn.
Yeah. Let's see. Justin Doyle, Chili races there at night. I can remember like being in like a hooded sweatshirt and shorts. Yeah.
John Ball, every Wednesday night, Hobby Haven under lights. Yeah, dude.
I can't even.
Looks so cool, dude.
I didn't even like in my prime. Like, we didn't even race during the week, which is crazy. Like,
I think we tried Wednesday nights here, but it never worked because
it's wild that there's places now that race at night on a fucking weekday. That's crazy.
Absolutely. I see these posts on Facebook and I'm like, how are you guys racing on a Wednesday night?
Agreed.
Like,
that's wild.
Like around, I think it's just a different.
Yeah, a lot of people into it in that area. Yeah, yeah.
Everybody around here seems to be in bed by 8 o'clock. Like, at least here. Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's, I don't know about Tower City, but.
Yeah, they're definitely all in.
Yeah, and it's like, there's no way possible there will ever be a race at 8 o'clock at night in this area. No matter how many people are involved. They're in bed by 8. So all the trees in that area at that track at Hobby Haven have died, but that one. So, and they go right around it, and it's just so cool. Look, it's just like, damn, man, I'm in love with that track, man.
Pop quiz: there's only one tree left in the area. It's the turn tree.
It's that one, the turn tree. We're gonna have to wrap it up here soon. But it's cool to. I wish we can get you on more often and just talk about the old days.
Yeah. Like I said, the weekdays are so hard for me
Yeah.
working third shift.
Yeah. Bartel saying track was hot and dusty. As soon as the sun went down, it was like a whole different track. Depth perception was out the window. 2 seconds lower per lap on a 31-second track.
Wow. Yeah, depth perception at night is. It's yeah. Like I said, that one time racing off road at night, it was like, dude, I would just turn into a pipe. Like, oh shit, I thought really that's when I should have turned. It's crazy.
Bob Novak went to Iowa State.
Guess who else did? Brock Purdy.
That's right.
Cyclones.
Mm.
Oh, how ironic is that? That's where
Bolton's right now like Brock
Yo.
who?
That's where Bob Novak got the name for the Cyclone fucking speed control. Mark it down.
Mm.
The Dirt Oval by me runs Wednesday night and Sunday. Where's that? Like what city town is that in Santos?
He's in the Bethlehem area, I believe. Allentown.
That's down by Jake. That's where Jake lived. Jake lived in Nazareth, like very close to the Nazareth, the old speedway there.
I could see them running Wednesday nights down there. It's a different area.
Yeah, like I mean, they trains lanes, you know. Oh,
Yeah.
maybe that's where he's talking. Trains lanes.
The further north you go, you're not racing Wednesday night.
Yeah.
Maybe in Jersey in the cities, maybe I don't
85
know.
entries on a Wednesday. Good
That-
lord.
That's what I'm saying, Kirby. I'm serious. This track is just amazing. It's a
What
simple
the hell?
track. Like today's pros would be like, you know, it's not what
That's-
they're used to.
That's
But,
nuts.
yeah. So Bolton's saying here in the chat for the audio listeners, when I'm racing at Haven, we have average of 85 entries on a Wednesday night.
There's
I mean,
tracks that would
that's-
beg for that on a weekend, you know.
So it's like in a like I said, like it's in a good area apparently. Shopping center area, parking lots right there. You can pit anywhere.
Yeah.
Uh,
Crazy.
yeah, Santos is saying he raced with Jake quite a bit.
Dude, Jake. Oh my god.
So I beat Jake in 12 scale at Roadrunners.
Shit.
How about that one? Yep.
Damn.
Yeah.
That's impressive.
With the my buddy's hybrid car that he built. It was like an Associated and Trinity car. We called it the Lauer. His name was Jason Lauer, and we called it the Lauer Carpet Ride because of the Magic Carpet Ride. We call it the Lauer, and it was Associated. I forget how it goes now, but Associated and Trinity.
Associated front end with a Trinity rear end
It's-
because people
exactly.
hated that Evolution front end. Oh my
Yeah.
god.
Yep. That's what it was.
Even though it was freaking amazing. You just had to know how to set it up.
So I remember like Jake and them were looking at, and Jake, and then there was the other guy that was racing for Trinity, not Barnhart, but Burkhart.
Brian
Was it Brian? Yeah, it was an older guy.
the big bald guy, Brian.
Yeah,
Burkhart.
that's him.
They
And they
call
were
him
over there
BBG.
looking at my car, trying to figure out what the fuck it was.
What is this Frankenstein thing?
Like it wasn't just like Associated. It was, but then Jason also had shit on the side. I don't know how to explain it. It was crazy, but those guys were over, and then the other guy was over there too, looking at it from Trinity. Not Rick Eicher, but it was someone else.
Oh, that's what I was gonna say.
Yeah, it was some other dude. I forget his name. Maybe it was Dave Williams, maybe the motor guy
Carpenter,
at the time.
Carpenter.
No, Dave Carpenter. Yeah, that wasn't him. But anyway, they were over there looking at the car and
Well, what is this thing? Yeah.
what the hell did you do to this? Because it
What
was
is
like
this?
hacked up and shit. It was done badly with the Dremel and
He says he raced with Jake. Dude, Jake, what a trip Jake was. Like a prankster, but with a stone cold face. Like, I'll never forget. It was a big race at K&N, right? Big carpet oval race. And they had a street spec class. And dude, there was, we had people from PA that drove to Connecticut for this carpet oval race because it was freaking gigantic. It was like a 400 entry carpet race. And there was guys went up there that raced a street spec class only. Like, could you imagine driving that far for just street spec entry? But anyways, so like, a lot of Trinity guys would race street spec because It's kind of part of the deal.
Yeah.
And dude, Jake for the effing A main, Jake went out, turned around, and ran the track fucking backwards. ran the track backwards. Guy ran into him, just like cars exploded. And Jake goes to the guy, "Why'd you hit me?"
Did you see me coming?
Like, man, that's the infamous Jake move, and it will never, ever, ever not be remembered. It was just wild. Like Jake was, and he was a weird guy that drove like this, like backwards. But before you could turn your radio around, he'd just go opposite, like hand over the top. Yeah.
Wow.
But yeah.
Okay.
You got John Bolton. Love my EV10 SS. It's a good car. Yeah, dude. That front, like I said, that front end was Dieter's invention. The thing was amazing. Like
there was only a few that could tune it.
It was the steering was like, obviously you think like, what do you need steering for an oval? It was just a different type of, like, it steered really good when you need. It was just the front end was amazing. So
right.
People, it was not for a hack driver or mechanic. Like, you needed to know what the hell you're doing, because it was a single pivot, and the tie rods in the back of the Evolution, you could easily have rear steering it if you weren't careful. Like, you had to be on top of your shit to wrench on one of those bad boys.
Right. And mine came with I don't know if they all did, but I had a VHS tape with Joel Johnston explaining the front end. And I used to watch that thing over and over again. I still didn't know how to do it. So I was like, eh. And I let my buddy Jason at the time tune it, because he was pretty good at it. But
yeah.
He did default to the associated front end, though, on his Invention, the Lauer carpet ride.
Yeah, that I remember when that associated front end came out. I was like, oh my god, this thing is awesome, because it was really good, really simple. It worked great. Hard to beat something that good and effective and simple. But yeah. Before their '93 Dirt Oval Championship. Wow, that was back in the day.
Where is this at? In front of Mahoney Valley Speedway.
That's got to be like
Mahoney Valley. Mahoney.
I'm gonna get on my Google machine.
Santos, help us out.
Lee Heighton.
Oh, okay. Yep. Yeah, Lee Heighton area.
That's down by Blue Mountain, where I used to snowboard back when I snowboarded.
Yeah.
Actually, Blue Mountain in the summers is a downhill mountain bike place.
John Bowen saying, but it was not quite as good as EV in right hands. That's absolutely right.
Yeah. You're right. Yeah, well, everybody saw, like, oh my god, this, they probably thought this car is going to take me to the next level. Look at how good it is. These guys are fast. And it was like, oh my god, what am I doing with this thing? If you went from a RC10 with a T-bar in that front end, like, as simple as it comes, to like, holy shit, I need a degree to work on this thing, dude. Yeah. But it was definitely like, man, I remember the ads when that first came out, like, look at that fucking thing. It looks like a spaceship. Like, that thing is just so out of the ordinary. It was crazy.
Yeah.
There would be a good magazine. The 92 Worlds that Joel won when that Evolution 10 came out. Dude,
absolutely.
That car was like, it was literally like an alien spaceship, because what am I looking at? Batteries going down the middle. The chassis was only like 4 inches wide. Like, what the fuck is this thing? It was crazy. Crazy. Palmerton. Oh, no kidding. Wow. Yep. I got a softball tournament tomorrow.
All right, yeah. Where's
It's-
that at?
It's close by. It's in Elizabethville, so that's like 20 minutes.
Oh, that's
away.
right. You were saying it's the benefit one. Yep.
This is a different kind of benefit one, and it was like, kind of nothing going on. I could have just farted around tomorrow. I'm like, these guys probably need my help.
That's true.
Dude,
Might as
I
well
will
do
say,
it.
dude, I don't like to toot my own horn. Yes, I do. Last Saturday played in another benefit tournament, and I had a web gem. God, I wish it was on video or photo. It was a game ending, completely laid out catch over the head from shortstop. Caught the ball to end the game. It was
To end the game?
To end the game, yeah. And I'm like,
Wow.
dude, I'm like my left fielder, I'm double his age. Like a lot of these people on the teams are like less than half my age. It's like,
Wow.
fuck. Yeah.
You
Killed it.
Well, you bring the hustle, the 7XL hustle.
Hustle, baby. That's what it's all about. Show these young bucks how to hustle.
You don't feel yourself slowing down at all anymore? Or is age catching up there?
No.
I know you're timeless, but
sometimes the ankle, sometimes my ankle will feel 45. It's like, it's weird. It's so weird. Like, I'll wake up, feel absolutely fine. And then for some unknown reason, next day, I'm like, kind of got a limp because it just feels like I sprained my ankle, but I didn't do nothing different. Like, it's just, I guess that is the true tell of some age.
Right.
Yeah, but yeah, I'll go bust my ass tomorrow and show these young bucks how to play.
Well, they don't have the heart you have, so
that's
what it comes down to. Yeah.
That's facts.
All right. Well, this was 2:47.
Yeah, dude, 3 hours long, guy.
This was This is not going to be edited. I'm just throwing it right up.
This is what happens when I show up.
Exactly. No, it was a great pod, man. It was fun. Anytime we get you on, that's a plus, man. The original crew. Look at that, 7XL, 7-time champ, CEO of 7XL. Kirby Hand joined us tonight. What a surprise.
Glad I could join.
Yeah. So don't forget to check us out if you're listening on audio.
Listen, Rona's never showing up the pit stop. Ever.
No, I don't see that ever.
If he would say he's definitely showing up, I'd come out and race
if he proves the flight ticket and everything, we'll be there.
Yep.
We'll be there. And I'll have a car ready. I guess, I don't know. Somebody would have to have Jason would have to get you a car ready too.
Santos, he would get our
Santos, you
ready.
have to get 2 cars ready. And you can get 3 ready, get 1 ready for Jason and just sabotage the hell out of it.
Yeah. Aluminum turnbuckles, baby.
Yeah. I'm sure Jason will bring his own, but I'll tell you what. I'm not going to be embarrassing out there, that's for sure.
Give me a few battery packs. It'll come back.
Because at the Vintage Nats, man, I was like going around the track. Even as I was driving, I was like, damn, this isn't too bad. I'm like, I'm not, 18 years. Yeah. I mean, I was never good, but I mean, like, it was like I wasn't going, I didn't look like a slapper out there, 18 years removed. That was my main thing, though. I'm like driving and I'm like, please just don't look like an idiot,
Don't embarrass yourself.
I mean, I know I look like an idiot, but I mean, on the track, don't look like an idiot. But so, yeah. But he'll never, I don't see that happen.
Yeah. He was all talk for 5 minutes.
Yeah. So. All right, guys. I appreciate everybody joining us. Like I said, if you're listening to the audio version, don't forget to check us out on Facebook. Go to YouTube. Trying to grow that a little bit. I don't promote it much, but it's growing. I noticed that. So
yeah, I see some comments from the YouTube page in here. That's
yeah.
Cool.
So I'm just trying to get people over there. Yeah. So share it with a friend or whatever. Just because you never know. Facebook might shut us down one day, and then I have YouTube, and then YouTube might shut us down one day, and then I have to go somewhere else. Twitch. I can go to Twitch.
You just need a Twitter. I mean, you just need Elon Musk to take over all the stuff.
Yeah, I wish he would, because this whole thing with
what's up with Threads? Get out of here.
I downloaded it. I went in and I uninstalled it. No, that's
It's-
all I
it's
can
like-
tell you. I don't know.
It's like they're
I'm not
answer-
supporting any more Zuck than I have already with Facebook.
It's basically like Elon took this over. Well, let's try to make Twitter without Elon. Yeah, well,
Well,
too
why
bad.
those guys out? Like, he wants to fight Elon. Like, why? Like, I don't. Like, just do your own thing.
yeah, just quick. Yeah,
Like, Elon's up here, dude.
Yeah.
Check down here. I don't get it.
nor do I. It's
Hopefully, this episode might get banned off Facebook. I'll be getting these strikes tonight. Boom, done.
damn.
Yeah. So there it is, everybody. 247.
All right.
Enjoy the show. I know I had somebody commented that they love that the 2+ hour shows are back again. So there you go. This is 315.
There you go. Hey, I know I love like Rogan. Some of Rogan's podcasts are easily this long, and I love them.
Yeah. Jim Cornette, 5-hour shows.
Yeah.
I love them.
Great for driving. You know.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Love it.
absolutely.
All right. Well, thanks for being on the podcast
Thanks for
that
the invite.
you helped
Yeah, man.
create, Kirby.
No doubt. Created that logo, guys. That's me.
And yeah, Kirby drew that up. I said, come up with the logo, and there you go. I don't know.
Yes, sir.
Let's see here. Hold on 1 second. Oh, what was that? Never mind. There you go. There's the
Nice.
logo. See that?
Ew.
Nice little track there. See that?
It's pretty sick, dude.
Yeah. All right. Well, best of luck with your softball game tomorrow. And then, yeah. And keep us updated what goes on there. And everybody in the chat, if you're racing, best of luck. We'll see you next week.
Have fun. Don't melt.